So yeah, hello, welcome. It's Friday, but we've got a new Magic set released this week. We're taking a look at Secrets of Strixhaven. The set came out on Tuesday on Arena. Had the pre-release last weekend. This is our return to uh, return to Strixhaven, return to Arcavios for those who don't follow very closely to it.
Yeah, the plane is not called Strixhaven. That's
I think
the name of the school.
I think that's a bad choice, but it's such a it makes the setting of your setting the most inside baseball thing to know.
Yeah, it's like it could easily be like a reasonably difficult trivia question to ask your average Magic player of what plane was Strixhaven set on? And you go Strixhaven? That's what it's called?
Yeah.
No, Arcavios.
Yeah.
This is rarely mentioned on any cards.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm actually gonna look this one up. Arcavios in flavor text.
In flavor text, yeah.
It is listed on in a fair number of flavor texts. Many of them are from this set. But yeah.
Yes.
Broadcasting
live. More
live.
Clear in this set specifically.
Yeah, that's actually one of the big things we're going to talk about with the setting here is that one of the big differences with Strixhaven versus Secrets of Strixhaven is Strixhaven, the original set, is a set that takes place on a campus in one building, and the entire greater plane is non-existent, doesn't matter. We don't know anything about it. We don't care about anything about it. Here, they went out of their way to make sure that our major setting pieces are outside of that campus to give us a greater view into the setting in full. So, we've got a lot to look over. We've got our Strix of Strixhaven.
True.
But yeah, so pulling up
Birdhouse.
Bird Hut. Let me go ahead and pull up Strixhaven. Want all those. Because the big thing with Strixhaven as a starting point, we have this. Can I actually go and. Here we are, original Strixhaven. We'll pull.
Yeah, original Strixhaven came out post Arena.
So yeah, we'll pull.
Around
we can actually pull up original Strixhaven and kind of pull up our setup, because very quickly we get to the biggest piece of the mechanical piece of the setting. Is the set was we're really big on instants and sorceries.
Original Strixhaven was one of the most non-creature spell, but specifically non-permanent spell, I think is probably the best way to put it, sets in modern Magic history.
Yeah, we have a much higher amount of instant sorceries for Magecraft and a lot of other pieces like that. A lot of carers about non-creature pieces like that, but we have. Yeah, Magecraft is the biggest one. That's across everything, and then it's a heavy amount of Evejank, thanks for the sub. But yeah, we also had lessons and learn. We're not revisiting that as a whole here. We're actually very
lessons
lightly
are in the
touching
set,
on it.
But learn is not.
Lessons,
if I remember right.
Lessons exactly one cycle are in the set, no more.
Yeah. But learn is not full on.
Yeah,
that's not in the set.
They basically said, yeah, you get the articles talking about it said that it has such a gigantic structural thing for how limited works. It's incredibly you have to have a ton of it's very warping for how you end up playing. Draft is kind of the biggest piece.
It needs both an enormous amount of support and also warps the entire structure around it, and also can very easily become extremely overpowered because they are free spells, basically.
But yeah, our we have the Magecraft was our big thing, and so we have a continuing on that, we do have a lot of, still a heavy amount of instants and sorceries, though actually I don't think the word magecraft is anywhere in the set, not even as a one-off.
I don't think so.
I don't even think as a one-off. It's still very heavily a spell-focused set. We're keeping one of the best pieces of the way that the set was built in the mystical archives pieces, but like we're not like mechanically caring about them all over all colors in the same way. But yeah, we do have, I guess that's a good place to start. We've got, much like our original Strixhaven, we have a set of instants and sorceries from across the years of Magic with these incredible alt arts that are like they're not made as a, printing these doesn't change their standard legality, but like they're like one a pack, you get one of these, and they have multiple different arts. We've got the general one, because this is Hop to It from Bloomborough. And then we've got the Japanese one as well. These ones show
Shoujo
up.
Giga looking ass. Let's go.
Hell yeah. The
Scrolls of Frolicking Animals.
It's incredible here. One of the things I love with these is that you can see on each of these arts that it's like, hey, we gave these artists the same short description, and seeing how it plays out in two different ways is gorgeous on these. Winds of Abandon here. You can see the like shades of figures on these in different ways. I'm not actually sure if it's 100%, but when we last did this, all the uncommons were standard legal cards, which led to some questionable includes based on the necessity of that. But standard's much larger right now, so you've still got a lot of. Ooh, another. Oh, that one's great too. Another Bloomborough. Again, very different on the same idea here. It's great. But yeah, so we've got these. So we have a lot of instant sorceries just based on this as a spot within the set. We also have a major mechanic in the set across all colors that invents instants and sorceries. This is probably the big one to start with. Is prepared. These cards, we'll see a lot of them across the set. I think I can go ahead and close out the.
Yeah, original Strixhaven can leave at this point.
Yeah. But we'll see a lot of these creatures that have a small spell in the corner, and that might remind you of like an adventure or the omens from Dragonstorm, bits like that, where it's like, okay, we have a tiny spell and a spell. The way these work is that when the card's in play, as long as the spell is prepared, it's prepped, you can cast it at normal timing. It's like it's sitting out in exile, ready for you to go once. Like, once you cast it, it unpreps. Cards like this, the Droid Researchers, can re-prep so that you can cast it again, but it is a binary on-off state.
Yes.
You can kind of think of it like, so we have some that are just like, hey, this card enters prepped, you have the spell once, there's no mechanic within the card itself to reset the spell. There are a couple cards outside of the mechanic that let you reset that, but they're a couple one-offs. They are co-authors. They were roommates. But yeah, this one has Secret Rendezvous. They can be existing cards, as we see with
a lot of them are. In fact,
Emeritus of Truce. This is a cycle of these Emerituses that all have a
An
powerful
iconic
instant sorcery
one cost.
from Alpha, not one cost. Specifically from Alpha is the line on these. Emeritus of Truce has Sword to Plowshares. The others, Ideation, just, you know, normal things.
Right. I forgot that it's the black and green one costs
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, because Woe has Detutor, Abundance has Regrowth, and then Lightning Bolt. So yeah, this is a way. This is a way for them to like sneak more spells into the set.
Mm-hmm. And also, of course, this is in the case of Emeritus Ideation in particular. This is a incredibly cheeky way to print Ancestral Recall on a card into Standard, and that's technically legal.
Yeah,
you know, which is just fun.
But yeah, with these, they end up being like across all of these are like letting you have access to really powerful bits. But we can even have like, here's a 1-drop that just has a you know, reasonable card draw piece on it. This card sort of looks like a Thraben Inspector. You know, if you squint.
It's a 1/2 that draws you a card for 2 later on down the line.
It needs to. It doesn't, like, once it's dead, you can't cast that spell. That's an
also
important piece.
you don't get to keep the card draw. You can't do it at instant speed, and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
there's a lot of things that are why Thraben Inspectors are really good, but
yeah, you can do it at instant speed with instants, obviously, if that's the case.
If they have instant on the card.
And also if you, where's our owl? Where you at? There it is. If you, I don't know, were to flicker the creature, that would reset that.
Yeah, this creature over here who is more or less just Resto Angel, but a bird.
Yeah, Resto Bird. We got the owl. We have a lot of owls. If I just search bird, we get, because we are on Strixhaven, we got these like owlin folk. You know, we had Abigail. We met her in the previous set. We'll talk about our characters from Lorwyn who are all here as well when we get more into the mechanics on each. But I my favorite thing with these are that this is a great way to hide more spells in your set without like having to dedicate a million slots to spell. This set is actually still pretty heavy on, you know, instant sorceries, but like this lets you get even more in there.
This is the inverse of having a spell that creates a creature token. This is a creature that has a spell token, basically.
Yeah. You know, I guess at the end of the day, it's all a kicker variant, but
I mean, there are only 3 mechanics in Magic, and everyone knows it. It's kicker, flying, and flashback. That's it.
Yeah. Too much to do like a Calvin's dad meme for it, but
yeah.
But yeah. So if the card is prepared, that means the spell is ready to go. It is a cousin of Exhaust, yes. Like,
yes, for sure.
The Emeritus, for instance, like, you know, Emeritus of Ideation says cast Ancestral Recall. The loot from Ether Drift has blue, tap, draw 3 cards, exhaust, which is effectively casting Ancestral Recall. Same with the Lightning Bolt and Dark Writ modes. But this is, this is a spell cast.
And I think only one of the Emerituses can't refresh its spell.
So Truce only gets it. This one can't refresh. It only gets it on enter if you're behind on things. The rest of them can refresh. Conflict doesn't start with it.
Right, yeah.
But like, Abundance here gets to regrowth again if you attack with 8 lands.
Yeah, so given that regrowth is the weakest of all 5 of these, it makes sense that it's the easiest one to do repeatedly. There are
a couple cards that let you prepare a creature. There's a lot of our Sky Coach Waypoint. I love the little owl family on this one. It's very cute. And the Biblioplex Tome Keeper, which also lets you prepare or unprepare.
Yeah, so you can tell an opponent's creature who has is getting ready to say,
Yep.
stop doing that. No.
Yeah. So prepared is across everything. You every color. When I pull up
It
prepared,
is the
every color
most
has
common
this.
mechanic in this set is prepared.
All 5 of our main cast from Lorwyn, who are all here, also have a prepared spell. They're all kind of set up as a keystone of their school. But I really love the fact that we get to have the named spell that is the spell. Just this bear knows rampant growth. That this cat knows stream of life.
Yeah, the fact that not all of them, in fact, many of them are not actually existing spells because, if you wanted to make them all existing spells, you kind of have to be you have to be very picky and choosy. But a lot of them are.
Yeah, having this is an overcosted spell that would never exist.
Yeah, this is divination plus 2 extra.
This is the spell named Brainstorm.
Yep, that is just straight up Brainstorm.
So a number of these work that way. It looks like it's closer to 50-50 than not, but like all of our friends here don't. God.
Hey, see things on.
The cast. I just think it's really cool that it changes the math on things. It does a lot, really interestingly, with these. So yeah, that's the biggest bit. We have what, 30? No, more than 30, like 40-ish almost. Prepared.
This is a very present mechanic. You're going to be getting prepared spells on creatures. It is just, it is like the mechanic of the set. If you're going to define one mechanic for the set, is prepared.
So the other bit to talk about while we're in prepared, easier to talk about here, is that Strixhaven and Secrets of Strixhaven both are sets based around enemy color pairs. We have black, white, green, blue, black, green, white, red, green, blue. I hope I said red,
said
blue.
green, blue twice.
I would say I don't think I said red, blue here. Anyway, enemy color pairs that are visible on the screen that I didn't say. But we're focusing on those 5. In addition, the focus on spells and the way that Strixhaven original was built means that the focus on these 5 is not necessarily the focus that you would expect from Boros, Golgari, Simic. Is it? Okay, maybe it is.
Is it? You kind of do get it.
And Orzhov. It's not the same.
Yeah. The other 4 are different. Yeah. A thing that's really cool about Strixhaven as a set is the way I would describe it is it brings tertiary mechanics of the colors to the fore a little bit more than they normally do, because the idea is that these are kind of a weird way of these colors interacting and creating it's a lower part of the setting that they're like this. So it gets to both introduce and also just bring odd mechanics back for these color combos that they don't typically do all that often, but are still in color,
Yeah, so talking about Lorehold here. Lorehold is the one that I feel is the most.
It's the most
far away from Boros. Boros, the Ravnica color combo, because at this point generally calling a 2 you don't usually talk about a blue-black deck. You usually just call it Dimir. Those names have become that ubiquitous. But
the Ravnica terms, also the shards and the wedges are all named after things in the settings, just because they're the ones that most evoke it the most. Yeah. But technically speaking, as you're saying here, Lorehold is very different from Boros.
Yes,
extremely so.
Because Boros is very much aggro attacking. We've got Battalion is the keyword I associate most with Boros. But Mentor is its newest one, and Radiance we don't talk about. But within Lorehold, Lorehold is the school within Strixhaven, the college, that is like our archaeological dig, our look to the past. We're doing research in the ancient tomes. We're pulling out the Ark of the Covenant with the dog on it. We're
Bark of the Covenant.
The Bark of the Covenant. We're having the relic sloth carry around all our goodies. And we're looking at the Colossus of the Blood Age. Here on our duel, we see the Fields of Strife, an ancient battleground from the Blood Age, where thousands of spirits were turned to blood ghosts and have fought their fights for the last 1,000 years. We go out here and study with them to learn about the Blood Age. Imagine if, like, every dead Dark Souls blood stain was just out and about still operating, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But Lorehold is all about this, like, looking to the past and also, like, like the archaeology side of things, which means the main mechanic we have in here is this caring about leaving graveyards.
Yeah. In a set where, in a setting that shares a color combo with black-green, the color combo that's the most graveyard focused is actually red-white, which I think is so cool.
Yeah. So we have a lot of these cards that are when a card leaves the graveyard, your graveyard, do a thing. And mechanically, where does that bring us? In this set, flashback.
Yeah.
Our Lorehold mechanic, we have very easy for us to get out of the grave at a moment's notice. Shabby, thanks for the sub, yes. But there's a lot of other, but flashback, I guess, is the supporting piece to the caring about things leaving the grave.
Yeah, whenever one or more things leave your graveyard, which is a thing that I'm actually kind of surprised that they have not ability worded yet, if I'm going to be honest, but it's probably just because it's so ubiquitous. It's a thing you can put in anywhere, right?
Yeah, black-green is where we last saw this on Insidious Roots style stuff. And we see it in a couple different ways here. This one gets cheaper if something left. And then the Relic Sloth, for instance, at the beginning of combat on your turn, exile one card from a graveyard.
Yep, and that counts as something leaving your graveyard.
And look, that means something left your graveyard. Your spirit mascot turns on and things. Or read the Arc of Hunger, mill a card. You can play that card this turn. Well, when you play that card, it left the graveyard.
That left your grave, yeah.
So
I think that current text of mill a card, you may play that card this turn, is on 2 cards in the set, and it is a neat variant on Impulsive Draw. And another example of why they can't ever keyword Impulsive Draw. Yeah. They have way too many ways to do it.
Yeah, I was going to say, let me pull up the common that I think of. It doesn't have it, but this is just the one I'm thinking of in the set, because this is the card that does everything.
Yep. Discard, draw, exile a card from the graveyard, add red, do this creature deals ping. 1 damage to each opponent.
But yeah, the tablet here is the other one that has mill. You may play this card. Very cool piece there. But yeah, so we see a lot of flashback in our main set stuff. And we see a couple weird things that will allow you to turn this on in ways you might not have considered. Because, the Owlin historian is like, okay, +1/+1 when a card leaves the grave. Flashback's obvious. Exiling a card is, well, what about exiling a card as a cost?
Yep, that counts.
Okay. Excellent. Well, perfect. Glad that one counts. What about, where's the other one I'm looking for that does it in a funky way? 4 cost is the actual cost on the card. So what about
returning this card from your graveyard to your hand? That counts.
Yeah.
If a card was in your graveyard and moves to a different zone for any reason, it left your graveyard.
Yeah. So I love this because this is usually skeleton text.
Yes. Again, it's another interesting thing. it makes perfect sense why white can do this mechanically.
Yeah.
Like, they only give this to skeletons, but bringing back a single small thing usually from the field, like, honestly, skeleton text, kind of reassembly skeleton, could just be printed in white and it would make sense.
Yeah, here's our research here, which is pick up a small thing like you said, but also at the end of turn, if something left your grave, draw
a card. Yeah.
And here we are studying the blood ghosts.
Yep.
I also want to call out card named after the mechanic. Perfect.
Yep, always fun. And this one is also really strong. Single cost, instant, being able to do this is pretty good, I think.
Cheap. Yeah. So yeah, that's our Lorehold. And so you can kind of see how Lorehold differs from Boros, the Ravnica setting Boros, but also the way that red-white is usually like auras and equipment. If I were
or at the very least, highly aggressive.
If I were to look up the word aura in this set, I will find no auras in this set. If I were to look up the word equipment in this set, I will find no equipment in this set.
Strixhaven is very non-permanent focused. It is all up on instants and sorceries.
Yeah.
There are some enchantments. There are some artifacts. There are very few subtypes of those cards.
But yeah, our main character that we have from our cast, Kirill, they're an incredibly buff archaeologist, because in order to... The thing about being an Indiana Jones is that, like, if you're gonna, like, swing over a pit off a whip, like, you gotta have the grip to be able to pull that off. Yeah. So Kirill, they are the history buff that is the buff historian. Moving on to our next one here. This is Silverquill. Silverquill has a bit of a shift from where we were at. There was an article that went up earlier this week talking about all 5 of the schools and what they were initially in design. And the idea with Silverquill is like debate duelists. They are politicians. They are masters of word, but also turning that word into these little cool inklings. I want to find...
original Strixhaven, I believe the primary focus with Silverquill was being like a token generating color.
Yeah.
Right? That you generate a lot of inklings just passively.
Yeah, because like the little inklings, I'll note, I should have noted that for Lorehold, but every, in Strixhaven Original, we had a creature token that was associated with the school, and we still have that creature token associated with the school, but in most cases, it's slightly different here. Inklings were 2/1s with flying in original Strixhavens. They're 1/1s here, giving them a little bit more flexibility on the creation. Also, they're gorgeous.
Boros had the blood spirits that were 3/2s.
Yes, spirit. The in here they're 2/2s. They're also, you can see that nice dog.
Bulldog.
If I go up here and just turn off this and then search the word lesson and go to multicolor, that's going to get us. There was a cycle of these that generated their token. Spirit summoning, here's the 3/2. Inkling summoning, here's the 2/1. To quick touch them all, pest summoning had a 1/1 that gained a life on death. We'll be seeing slightly different in the future here. Fractal summoning is a 0/0 with X counters on it. That's the one that stayed the same. And elemental summoning was a 4/4 elemental. We've moved that down to a 3/3 with flying. Within Strixhaven. But to talk about in here, looking at the Inkling mascot, again, the mascots are we saw this in Lorehold as well, the one that got a 1/1 counter when a card left the grave. This is kind of showing us the generic, what we're doing in Silverquill. And in here, Silverquill is when you cast an instant sorcery that targets a creature. Now, it's easy to mentally shorthand this to be like, oh, that's heroic, right? But, like, you can target any of your creatures.
No, heroic was also any effect, if I remember right. Yeah, it had to be...
But it's easy to, like, miss the specifics of how this works because it's instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature. You don't have to self-target the mascot. You can target Abigail over here with Abigail's spell over here, the heroic stanza that just puts a counter on a creature. You can also
target
your opponent's creature. Yeah, maybe you want to target your opponent's creature with a removal spell, which will trigger all of your repartee. Repartee?
Mm-hmm. Repartee.
Repartee?
If I remember right.
Okay.
Yeah. It is a French word. The double E means you pronounce that first E.
Yeah, I would say that's how cut the last letter off if it's a French word. That's the easiest. But like so like Killian's confidence here is like a target creature gets 1/1 draw a card and it recurs itself. The idea here being you keep picking this up and keep triggering each of these effects. They're not once per turn. They're not on targeting your own thing. You can target whatever you. I guess this won't target a creature, but you can target whatever creature you want with it. So even if you have a spell that, let me go into here and turn off the multicolor. In black, for instance, there's a last gasp of reprint in here, so you cast a removal spell, boom, you're on. But you also have not Will in the Grave, not Foolish Fate. Cost of Brilliance. Cost of Brilliance, target player draws 2 cards, lose 2 life. Put a 1/1 counter on up to 1 target creature.
That counts.
How to do it.
You targeted a creature.
So,
yep.
So yeah, this ends up being like, if you have a lot of these, you can end up being very snowbally. I trigger 4 effects plus the moment I do any removal spell on whatever you play. But you can also build it in a number of different ways, targeting your own stuff with, or targeting your opponent's stuff based on what you have, what's worthwhile to you. So
if you want to commit crimes or not, it's up to you.
Yeah. So, combat tutorial turn black. You can target your opponent and have them lose 2 life. So that's Lorehold. That's Silver Quill. We already did Lorehold. Silver Quill here. One thing I do want to talk about with this, especially looking at where are you at? Abigail. So Abigail again is our uncommon that kind of tells us about what our color combo is doing. When you cast a creature, you prepare Abigail, and then you can cast Heroic Stanza for a counter, which will trigger all of your repartee effects. Abigail, in her first appearance, Abigail Eloquent first year, had a creature lose its abilities and then handed off a bunch of counters. This was the original idea for what Silver Quill's mechanic was going to be in design. They were like, well, if they're like debate wordsmiths, why aren't they like directly creating words? And so Abigail here is kind of a look into what may have been doing more with that. And instead we moved that into the targeting piece. But
for what it's worth, I fully understand why they didn't go for that, specifically because this card alone puts 3 different counters on something, and it could very easily be easy to lose track of what everything has.
Very quickly, that's why it was initial design. It's like, we went with this, and it's that's too much as a main mechanic. As a one-off, that's a notable card.
As a one-off, it's great. Yeah.
But as a main,
it's probably
mechanic,
something that they looked into. It didn't have as much design space as they would have liked, and had memory issues. So,
but moving off onto that, we can go into Witherbloom because that's our moving off of black. Witherbloom here, we have our you would associate Golgari with the graveyard, and it's not
There
that
is
we
a
don't
little
touch. It's not that we don't
Yeah.
touch the graveyard. Like we're still in here. But the main mechanic within here, if I go, well, if I just go ahead and pull up Lewin.
You're looking for.
Oh, on the other side. Lewin here shows off part of this with our little pest tokens. For one, the pest tokens in original Strixhaven were on death, gain 1 life. This is on attack.
This is on attack. Yeah.
You gotta note that on here. But
It's because they wanted you to give you more control over when you gain life with them, primarily.
Yeah. But showing off Old Growth Educator here shows off the mechanic within Witherbloom, which is Infusion. These are cards that care about life gain. This was the mechanic as well in original Strixhaven.
Yeah.
We just have a lot of these little life gain things, and we care about having life gain triggers go off, sometimes using life in other ways to pay off.
Witherbloom is really funny to me because it is yet another bit of proof that if you combine black and green together mechanically, you just get the color white.
By our powers combined, this frog will gain you 1 life. This frog will gain you way more than 1 life, by the way.
Way more. But I say that lovingly because black-green is my favorite color combo, to be clear.
Yeah. But we have a lot of cards that care about life gain, and we have a lot of incidental life gain. You might see these cards like Grapple with Death and think, what? Why does that gain me 1 life? And the answer generally is so that all of your effects are active.
Yeah.
Comforting Counsel takes up to +3/+3. The biggest one I've seen in people's drafts is just this jerk over here, the Thornfish Striker. If you've gained life this turn, well,
this is a 4/3 trample ass kicker.
The text is more than that.
Yeah, this by itself is a 4/3 trample ass kicker. All of your board is also all of your pests are two ones with trample now.
Yeah, but we have a lot of that. We have a lot of this life gain, and we have a lot of pieces that help us moving that along. And as we saw when we looked at Lewin here is a elf we met in Lorwyn who came with when we left, because most of our problems involved elvish politics, and Lewin was like, I'm out. Lewin here does, graveyard, eat creatures of the grave to make a bunch of pests. So yeah, that's our mechanic here. We got the Titan's Grave as our place outside for Witherbloom. I don't think I pulled up. Oh, the form. Yeah, the form here. Where we're doing, we have a very structured political mess involving duels and dueling via debate. The last two we want to touch on, we've got where's Quandrix Charm? Quandrix is closer to what you associate with Simic.
It's more typical Simic, yeah.
But
it's not 1-to-1, but
like, you might recognize the mechanic we're doing, but realize that it's doing something a little different. If we take a look at the Cube of Bees here, just please ponder the Cube of Bees, bring no weapons. We've got Increment. Increment in here is if you cast a spell that has higher mana that you spent on it than its power toughness, put a 1/1 counter on it, which is very Evolve, but sideways. But we are in here a lot. We're caring about X spells. We have the fractal crap. That's kind of our biggest focus, is these, because our tokens are these 0/0 that come in with X counters. And the wise extrapolator here, the frog druid, can teach you how to make a fractal of any size.
The frog will tell you how cool it is that these things just keep on being the same thing the closer you look at it.
Just keep digging. this arthropod. But yeah, we have a lot of X spells that we have in here, especially for working with increment, because that way you're able to cast them at whatever size you need. We also, that's why we have things like Stream of Life hidden on that one little creature. Tam here plays a little bit more into the normal Simic life instead of the Quandrix life.
The fact that this card is, in a lot of ways, Tatiova straight up.
Yeah.
But
like,
still, like...
But we are, the focus on these, the X spell piece is what pulls us apart from where we are in Simic, as usual. But yeah, we have the Paradox Gardens as our place here, which is, if you don't look too close at the trees, you might get a little confused. We got the cube lakes, you know. We got all the impossible geometry all in one place for you.
And I mean, look over there. That card is primo.
That card is primo. That's true. That wolf.
Pretty primo.
I keep coming back to Fractal Crab.
Yeah, Fractal Crabs are very good. The other fun thing about this, actually, I don't think it was pointed out. Though the types, the tokens that are associated with the schools also were only on tokens in the first set. There is at least one creature in each of them, I think, that has the type on on an actual card.
The mascots are all kind of doing that bit at the which minimum.
Is it's, and I mean in the case of the Boris one, in Lorehold's case it was Spirit, so it doesn't really count. But
the Inkling,
Fractal, there is now a Fractal Inkling and Pest actual creature.
Yep, Pest. We had one before in Blex, but Blex has passed, and now Belch is here.
Blech,
not Belch. I said Belch. Black and black. But yeah, so that's our setup with Quandrix. And then we hit Prismari. Prismari, original, one of the main things they had going on was treasures as a thing, kind of feeling bits. But they were very, very instant and sorcery likers, and that hasn't changed.
Yes.
Taking a look at the Spectacular Sky Whale here will show us our main mechanic for Prismari, which is Opus. Opus is on cast of an instant sorcery. It does a thing. If you spent 5 or more on that spell, do a bigger thing instead.
Or so this is kind of like merging. This is kind of merging the a couple of recent Is It mechanics, which were if you spend 4 or more, and also just instants and sorceries kind of together into one singular mechanic, but making it 5 or more instead of 4 or more.
Yeah, so it's a little higher than like our Final Fantasy line. Oh, Anthony Crunchum, thanks for this up.
Opus does not work with discounts because it is specifically asking for you to spend 5 or more mana.
Yeah,
you have to spend the mana.
These work in the Final Fantasy way, where you need to spend the mana to get up to the top end. And so we do have a lot of like Is It, just like normal Is It stuff. Spellcasting is very big for what's going on here, but we have the focus on going big with these, where we have this set has a lot of these 5-drop spells in order to facilitate this. God, that thing's nuts. Things like Rapturous Moment make a whole lot more sense in the world where casting this for 6 matters.
Yes. Add blue, red. What a fun line of text.
Yeah.
This basically could have just said untap up to 3 lands or whatever. Basically been similar, but
it does mean if you they can chain very funnily.
Yep.
Or we have the dragon yelling at you, which X spells can be 5 or more.
Yep.
Based on what you pay on X. And we still also have the little bit of discard this to get a tiny effect. That was a piece we saw in Prismari before as well. And we've got the summit as our last place. We have a lot of cards that are around like our big spring break festival sort of thing, because Prismari is the school, is like the artists' college. Yeah, we've got
a lot of artists and like actors and like musicians and stuff.
Yeah. So, whereas Quandrix was our maths.
Yeah.
But,
Quandrix was your STEM. And then this is the everyone likes to make fun of Prismari because their degree isn't very useful.
This frog is having a terrible night. I love all the little frog drawings that they have. But yeah, so that's our 5. We do have a couple other mechanics that are worth looking at individually. One, I mentioned that lesson only exists on one cycle of one set of cards, and that is our mythic rare
the paradigms.
The paradigms here are a fixed version of Epic. From Saviors of Kamigawa. Paradigm has the text, after it resolves, exile the spell. After you've done that, you've resolved the spell with this name. At the beginning of each of your first main phases, you can play a copy of it for free. So once you resolve Restoration Seminar, at the beginning of each of your turns, on like the saga timing, you get to recast a new copy of this. And it doesn't lock you like Epic did. Epic locked you out of any other casts.
Else.
But yeah, so obviously Restoration Seminar is if you counter the copy, cool, great.
Cool.
See
See
you next turn.
It comes back next turn.
Yeah.
All you had to do was if you countered the first one,
that's correct.
Then that would prevent Paradigm from going up.
Yeah,
because it has to resolve for Paradigm to happen.
Correct.
But if you counter a copy, that just gets rid of the copy. That's all it does.
Yeah. See you in Street Fighter 5.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is overcosted for what you normally have this cost. Usually this is a 5 mana effect. For non-land permanent.
Non-land permanent, it'd be 5.
Yeah. So, no, because the second line of text there is after you first resolve a spell with this name. This doesn't just go for free if it's in exile. This isn't bombardment. You gotta have played it. But you get it every turn from that point on with Paradigm. So like the Symposium here, target player creates a token of target creature you control.
So you can target yourself with this, or if you're a brain genius, you can target your opponent choosing to make a token of yourself that hurts them somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're going to do that, but it can happen.
Nice Phage the Untouchable. Have fun.
Yep.
But yeah, Decorum Dissertation makes for a very powerful Phyrexian arena. Fun. This one is where it's important to note it is a May to recast this every turn.
Yes, you were not forced to cast the Paradigm card. That's another bug fix on it from Epic.
So this is like, while you've got the life to pay, you get to draw 3 cards a turn. If you want to start burning down your opponent, you can do that. If neither of those works for you, I'll pass.
Just don't cast it.
See you later. The capstone here.
This one's really cool. I really like this one.
Flips cards until you hit. You blackjack until you bust on 4 or greater, and then you can cast all the spells you find.
Yep.
So every turn you're getting a bunch of this. This one has the highest chance of blowing up in your face with your deck, but. You're the one who put it there.
But at the same time, it's you put it there. You built around this, right? I hope so.
Yeah. And then we've got the one that's like.
I mean, it's straightforward. It will end the game reasonably quickly.
Yeah. So, +2/+2. This compares in my mind to the Virtue of Loyalty, I think it was. The enchantment that was like a +1/+1 counter at the end step of your end step. This one is timed differently, but like heftier on
in
the
standard. I don't think this is gonna see much, just in the form because like Oroboroid does this.
Yeah. But I think Dissertation is the one that has the highest chance to exist in a standard
this
world.
One,
if you, like, you resolve this, and now like if you're never gonna not have enough cards as long as you're able to play control enough. But yeah, these are the only lessons in the set. No learn. So we're not gonna be having any major jumps in the power of is it lessons deck out of Prismari and such here. If we get that, if we get that, it's on the back of just general spells, my friend. You might have things like Flow State as your powerful piece that you get within the Is It shells.
So like we're already like 7 mechanics deep, and you're thinking like, oh, Strixhaven's got to be done with mechanics, right?
Yeah, we gotta be like done with what we're doing here, right?
No.
So if I go all the way over here to colorless, within original Strixhaven, we had a couple one-off colorless cards that referred to the archaics. The archaics were a mysterious style of being that existed on Arcavios and Strixhaven. We learn a bit more about them here. They have a pretty rad setup within our story here. They are the dragons that made all these schools. We have 5 elder dragons that created this academy. Hey, it's Witherbloom. Hi. I should talk about these because these kick ass. I love these.
Yeah, they're really fun.
But yeah, we've got
the 5 dragons that are they're elder dragons, and they all have a cameo mechanic on their cards.
Yeah. The lesson in the archive is already in standard, though. That one doesn't change. It's standard printing because it's just a reprint from the Avatar set. But yeah, these dragons that run things, created the schools here, are all dragons that grant your instants and sorceries a wildly strong keyword. That's the setup on.
Yeah. This card is cost 7, but my god, is it ever going to be a Commander All-Star from this point forward, just because of how beloved it's going to be on that front.
Right, this is 1,000-Year Storm, but it's a creature, so you can play it as your commander. Casualty here.
This is the one that has the highest chance of actually being played, I think.
4-drop. Very, very powerful piece here. This is sack a creature to copy a spell. Please don't sack Silver Quill.
Don't sack. Yeah.
You're gonna feel really bad if you do that.
Yeah.
But Witherbloom here grants affinity for creatures on all
affinity your... This is the second highest chance, just because affinity for creatures might mean that this is a 2-mana 5/5 flying Death Toucher that makes everything else you play also cost like nothing.
Yep. Lorehold is my favorite of these designs. Because Lorehold here grants Miracle. Miracle was a mechanic that had a lot of play pattern problems with how it resolved and how it caused you to have to physically draw a card sideways, look at it, and nod, put it in your hand. But with Lorehold, you grant that to all your instants and sorceries, so you don't have to do that for the entirety of the game. You just do that while you control Lorehold. And also Lorehold lets you cycle on your opponent's turn to try to trigger that as well. So it's like a little mini game while Lorehold's in play.
Yeah, like the other kind of annoying thing about Miracle is the fact that it is so, for good reason, it's restrictive on when it actually goes off. First card you draw that turn. That's the only time Miracle can go off. The fact that that Lorehold also lets you draw on your opponent's turn means that you actually get 2 opportunities to miracle.
Yep.
While it's on the field, basically, 1 per turn, including your opponent's turn.
Fun fact that could come up. I talked about Silver Quill and don't sack Silver Quill so that you don't eat and lose your casualty on your spells. Miracle is a trigger.
That's true.
You could stifle the when you do. Very fun way. And Quandrix grants Cascade, which with all the X spells,
Yep.
They all are.
It's STS. Is the code for
SOS,
this, by the way.
SOS.
SOS. Sorry. Yeah.
Yep. Secrets of Strixhaven. But yeah, so our 5 dragons. I love the idea that it's like all these granting like old powerful effects. But the
archaics have Converge.
Yeah, the archaics have Converge, which cares about the number of colors you spent. There's a number of cards in here, not a lot that are Converge. We have a number both on the sheet, our bonus cards. God, that's good looking. But we have these Converge cards that scale very heavily on how much different colors you put in. So, Arcane Omens here can play like a copy of Mind Sludge, and just goodbye to your 4 or 5 cards. We also have, to work with these, a couple of archaics with two-brid cards.
Yeah.
So those can be cast as red or 2, meaning that you could cast this for red, and then it was only red mana and you get a counter. But if you go red and then blue, black, and green, white on the 2 and 2, you get the entire 5. So it makes it more expensive, but it lets you fit more colors into it. Same with our wild.
The way the math works out on these is really interesting, honestly.
Yeah. Our archaics, the kind of setting piece for these is that the dragons all designate certain powerful wizards at the school as oracles. These incredibly powerful wizards that are super knowledgeable about a subject or something like that. And when those oracles die on Arcavios, they get flung back in time as these strange creatures who now have future knowledge. So they're incredibly vague about what they talk about. They give you the most non-answers if you go to ask about something to an archaic, because they don't want to futz with a time stream too much. We have specifically, there is the big one, the Dawning Archaic, who is part of our story beat within the set. Archaics will not give you the baseball scores, correct? Yeah, this one doesn't have Converge, but it has Snapcast on attack and gets very cheap. Our story in the set revolves around archaics that are kind of going off. Things are going really wrong, and all the archaics are freaking out. There's a specific oracle that we follow, and the students with them. Where are you? There you go. Jadzi here, who we follow, trying to figure out what's going on with these oracles that are having some problems. We find out that the answer is Jace, the spirit who died in Dragonstorm, is trying to make a second world, and when you have time vision, that just looks really weird, and you're not happy about it, because now everything is split in twain. This leads to, within the set, a piece that we find. Our good friend Ral Zarek, the well-known Orzhov lawyer, is here.
The Orzhov lawyer, Ral Zarek.
Yeah, that's right. The Orzhov lawyer who loves coin flipping. I love that Ral Zarek here keeps the coin flipping on the minus and also it's effectively
it's basically the same effects. Yeah. It's just that it's a more black version of it.
Yeah. Most of our story specifically follows with our 5 students as they go through their days and get kind of pulled into this. Lewin being directed by Professor Fell to go find something cool, and kind of falls into this. But yeah, most of this is the story beat setup is leading to the third Magic set of the year. I think its release is September. Reality Fracture, which as we can see with Ral and some of the bits we've seen, has a Planar Chaos 2 Electric Boogaloo feel to it, but with a more structured, which we don't fully know how that's.
I feel like my guess is it's less that, the colors shift a little bit and more just what if these characters were this color instead kind of thing.
Yeah. We have some images of Chandra throughout her past and focal points within her past. Within the story, we had a beat with that's not how you spell Johnny's name at all. Johnny's hanging out here, has a bit of a disagreement with Chandra, who Chandra's plan is, what if we just burn down the archaics? And Johnny's like, hey, maybe we should hold off on that. They get a little heated, and while they're close dealing with things, Johnny starts talking about Chandra as the consulate's lapdog, rather than a fighting against the consulate in the original Kaladesh and Ether Revolt.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that covers most of the things I wanted to touch on. Obviously, we've got the cool, again, we've got our very cool mystical archive I talked about, which has.
There's technically one more thing that does not matter mechanically in the set whatsoever, but did happen. There is a new artifact subtype in his book. That's it.
Right. The thing that happened that doesn't do anything.
Yeah. They just did this ahead of time, I guess, because they printed one here, and they're like, well, we already plan on doing this at some point, I'm sure. And I'm willing to bet it'll be mechanically relevant, I don't know, within the year. They made book an artifact type, and they can go back, and a lot of cards did get updated to be books. So, weirdly, scrolls aren't books according to Magic the Gathering, even though they absolutely are.
Will we get a timeline where Urza and Mishra both don't suck? So that's what we call original Planar Chaos. If you take a look at the Primal Clay, Primal Plasma, the Primal Clay styled card in original Planar Chaos, the flavor text on there that talks about, rather than Urza and Mishra going into archaeology, they take a different path, and we see we don't get to see where that leads, but that's the whole of what Planar Chaos is doing, whereas Reality Fracture seems to be looking at a couple pivots on main cast members. Again, we don't know too much about it, but the limited bits we have are at the end of the Lorwyn story, we saw White Liliana show up in as our after credits bit, and it's okay, is that Liliana who succeeded in saving her brother, and that's where we pivot off of? Maybe, I don't know. Books, we got books.
Yep, books. Given the number of books that are printed in Magic, this means that this is now there's 40, I want to say. 40 artifacts or books now.
Yeah, we even have...
It doesn't matter, though.
It means literally nothing.
It means not literally nothing in the set. It's just hey, they did put this up in the mechanics article. They put this at the very last second. It's like, hey, by the way, books are a thing now. It doesn't do anything, but books are a thing.
Books are a thing. Please remember that books are a thing. Cody not. Oh, I've been. Yeah, book.
Book equipment.
It's a book.
Tome of Gadway.
We find a
Book
lot
of Exalted Deeds. That's a legendary book. Mysterious Tome. That's a book. Tamiyo's Logbook. You better believe that's a book. Mazemind Tome. JM Day Tome. All of those are books.
There we are.
Cody is a book. This is a legendary artifact creature book construct now. Look at how tiny that the text is on that type line.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
All right. With that, let's get some drafting in. We want Premier. We've got our again, specifically just the 5. Would not really recommend going in on allied colors alone in this set. You might end up in them as like a wedge where like...
You can do like 3 color.
Yeah, like
pretty...
if I'm playing Prismari along with Quandrix, which would make a lot of sense. You get the big spells out of Quandrix, you pay them out in here. Like that would let you into Gruul, but you're not picking up Gruul cards because we're focused on, you know...
They didn't even print any Gruul cards, I'm pretty sure. I don't believe that there are any ally colored cards in this entire set. So
yeah, like, the only pieces I can think of that would come near that are like the like you could play Converge stuff in not collected. Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
So
long and short of it is you can absolutely play 3 color, and there is cross like color support for doing so on a fair number of the cards. But when you do that, you're playing 2 different pairs of 2 colors. You're not really playing, 3 pairs all at the same time.
Yeah. All right. Let's jump on in.
They do like design multicolor formats like that pretty frequently, in fact, where they do have support for all 10 color combos.
Yeah,
and thus there is like 3 color ways of doing it. It's more common actually these days in particular, but they did not do that here because this is explicitly about enemy color combos.
Yep. We just came off Turtles, which also was enemy color pieces. Though we within the set did have a few payoff things in Gruul.
Quandrix, just straight up. That's a pretty strong pull to immediately just decide I'm going to play every single large sorcery instant I see.
Burst Lightning is our card in the archive, which is a great bonus card.
Actually would work really well with Prismari then.
Right, it costs 5. You can kick it to cost 5.
Yep.
Pensive Professor. Whenever one or more counters are put on this creature, draw a card. Increment very easily. The Eater here loves to have a bite. I talked about being able to reset things with the Tome Keeper. The charms are all really nice. This one, Lightning Helix, is your opponent's dome or kill a small thing or win a combat. I'm going to go with Quandrix just because, at the end of the day, I'm probably even easily able to splash this card, it being a 6-drop. So I don't have to commit myself to Quandrix specifically. We could find other things, too. Paradox Surveyor here, 3/3 is part of this cycle of uncommons that are triple colored with a hybrid in the middle that are damn powerful things. The Lorehold one here is Snapcaster Mage.
Yep.
Until the end of your next turn, Snapcaster Mage, mind you.
This is Snapcaster for,
Paradox Surveyor, top 5s grabs either an X spell or a land.
Non-creature, non-land also actually means that you can hit more than just instant sorceries with that. You're likely to hit an instant sorcery, but it's worth noting.
Bogwater is really powerful, really cool. This is all your life gain triggers all the time. Flourish here is a very cheap way to turn on all your Silver Quill effects. I'm going to go with Surveyor and kind of keep in the color combo here. Deduce as our... Obviously, we can't grab Quandrix with that, but, like, it's still a 3/3 that gets a land off the top, which I feel is really good. We can just keep grabbing that. I'm going to feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, the fact that you've cut 3 cards in a row like this as well does kind of make it reasonably likely that, I mean, not 100%. The opponents to your right may have already been picking up their own stuff on it.
Yeah, but we're in a good place with it, I think.
It's like there is the other Quandrix card in this pack right here that's also draw 3 cards, put a land from your hand on the battlefield tapped.
Good card, instant. I want to call out Pursue the Past, which I think is an incredibly powerful card on this. This is a Tormenting Voice. You don't have to pay it as the additional cost. Discard if you do draw. You have to have discarded. This here, the thing about this is that the flashback on a Tormenting Voice is a way better piece of power on it, because the first time you cast it, you're going neutral. You're -1 plus the discard and draw 2. The second time you do it, you're -1 to draw 2. You're positive. So,
yep.
Okay, not a ton in here. We got Tangential Tester. We've got this is here for our Prismari payoffs.
Prismari. Yep.
The Poet is one of our continuous payoffs for targeting. I might grab a Terramorphic just to... I love the look on this one. This one's art's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, we don't have to be in Quandrix, though. With this stuff, I'm pretty happy to. I'm going to go ahead and grab a piece of fixing to kind of keep us able to shift around if need be. Terrafractal. Here's an X spell for us to be grabbing off of our stuff. We also have the Virtuoso. This thing is...
I love... As a heads up, by the way, I absolutely love whenever they print a creature that has a 0 in their toughness. It really does have a strong... It's also very fun to have the math 1 be 1/0.
Yeah.
Right? Like...
the infinity.
Yeah.
Last Gasp, really powerful.
Last Gasp.
That's a really powerful thing to see in here. Brush Off is fine. This is Negate that can, like, you can overpay to make it real. Obviously, it's not, like, full Negate. That's Commander stuff. I'm not. Trap keeps...
That's just a 3-mana 4/2 with Trample.
We also can pick up Page. Page, the one-of card with Grandeur in here to make it so you can discard a second copy to go find the top instant or sorcery in your deck.
Mm-hmm.
Might not be unplayable in our deck, actually, just as like a way to get up to these expensive pieces. Yeah, I am agreeing with you, Shabadoo. Our colors are basically gone, whereas we're seeing a lot of black-white, seeing still Social Snub hanging out here, which is Barter and Blood. Procrastinate.
Procrastinate's not bad.
This card kicks ass because if you pay like 3 into X, that creature's gone forever.
Yeah. Procrastinating like I do. That's right.
Yeah, I don't think the card is like super great, but I think we do want to have a couple X spells and things to work with this. The other card in here that's like good, we have Educator, we've got Embrace Paradox. Yeah, our colors are completely gone. Interesting. That means pack 2 we should be pretty heavy in here. Petrified Hamlet is an interesting land that plays like a land I've played out of Gnome's Cube, Salt Flats, which turns a land into a Salt Flats.
kind of a pithing needle land.
Yeah. Grab the Hamlet. Keep these cards in here so that other people can switch over to the... Okay. Happy to have the Newt. We're a deck that's going to want the ramp.
Yep.
Tomekeeper, not as much. This is a trick 4. Yeah. We'll have to see if that sticks. I think we're still fine with what we're going. What are you...
Okay, green's actually not, like, completely gone. Blue is pretty dried up, but green might have some...
Look at top 4 cards.
Like,
reveal a creature or land.
still.
If you gain life this turn, reveal 2. Or the card that does everything. I'll take a copy.
It's a card that does everything. This even cantrips. What's going on? Excuse me.
This one... Both of the arts on Stargaze in this set are incredible. Damn, Pursue here, too.
Chloe, get off my keyboard, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
Poof, yeah, no, Silver Quill is wide open.
Okay. That is fine. We're gonna... Back to... We'll find more...
Armageddon. God, you can get Armageddon in this set in limited?
Yeah,
Gross.
You can play Armageddon in this set in limited. You just want to draft Armageddon, you can do that.
You're just allowed. You're allowed to play Armageddon. Gross. Ugh.
It sucks because we are in, like, the exact color combination where splashing white is, like, terrible because the, It doesn't
are likely
ally
to play a if you're gonna do a 3-color, you're almost certainly gonna do a wedge.
Yeah,
it is extremely difficult to do a shard.
We will find another day where Armageddon shows up for us. I believe in the world where this is more correct for us.
Not legal. This card is not legal.
Yeah, this card is.
All of them, but like you're allowed to play it in.
You can draft if you want. Also, we're like a ramp deck. I'm just gonna take another Terrafractal.
Yeah. I like your Quandrix cards, is the thing. Like, they're good.
Yeah.
You have solid, like, reason to play them. Spell Pierce is alright, actually.
Yeah.
It's gonna have targets.
Elite Interceptor. I like this card. I think this thing's good. That's expensive. I don't know what I really want out of here. Not a ton that really speaks to our direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a book, as a frog. Bulk up. Mascot, growth curve, embrace.
The fact that Embrace the Paradox didn't come back was... It's like, that was the second one that we opened, I believe, when coming over, means that someone else is absolutely playing specifically blue-green.
I'm gonna take a copy of Embrace. I know there's a Fractal Mascot here, but I'm worried about us being too big on things, where we could also just pick up Divination, too, at instant speed. I want to find interactive pieces. I want to find things that can be removal for us. iPad. And the Spellbook Seeker. Something we can play early. Royal Treatment. The uncommon slot again. We have our standard legal pieces here. Rectal Mascot. Honest to goodness, I want to find stuff that lets us have interaction with the board before we're getting beat down, and run behind at least works in that way. Oh, we already have Shopkeep's Veins. The Men's Experiment is sort of ramp. Okay. Knockout maneuver.
That's something.
This is the sort of thing I want to have so we can actually, like... So one of the things that is a bit of a non-bow with Quandrix, I'm going to note, is that Cascade and Expels go together...
Yep. Like Pepsi and milk.
Poorly.
Mm-hmm.
Not terribly happy about... Ooh, deflecting palm.
Blue is gone again. Blue is being picked up heavily in both directions.
And we're seeing the black-white stuff, and the white is kind of the most open piece here. Poisoner's Apprentice is a nice removal spell if you have if you can have that infusion on. Graphalon. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we're finding at least the pieces I want to fill this out with, which Frog Blast, by the way, this card's art is 10 out of 10. Like, I love all the spirit frogs.
Wow.
Nobody? There ain't a person at the table who wanted to get in?
People don't know. People don't understand how powerful Armageddon is.
No one? Lead Interceptor and a Lorehold Charm also coming back around, telling me the colors that are open.
Yeah. Wow. Like, yeah, anything that's white is...
Another...
That's a relatively early creature, if nothing else.
Yeah, well, it's Strixhaven
also,
Inspector.
Increment is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
White is open. It's okay. Actually, this.
Okay, hold on.
This isn't a card that I'm super excited about. It's a sorcery.
Yeah, all right.
It does work with Terrafractal for
yeah, for 5 million, but it is still a sorcery.
Yeah. Oh. Flashback.
Just grab that because, like, if you ever want to play some control, that's something that's going to come up.
This is playable.
Royal Treatment's playable.
That's playable.
Yeah. Playable.
Lost. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
Right. The game has. You have been rewarded for your for the patience.
God, whenever we cast an X-Spell, look at the top X cards of your library, grab one of them. Okay.
Yep. Now we're talking.
Infirmary Healer is something I also would love to find because it has an X-Spell hidden in it. Hello. Of note, Paradox Surveyor can't see that.
Yeah. Cards with Prepare, you can never see that in any circumstance aside from casting it from your hand.
Yeah.
That card, those other like text on there, in every circumstance is invisible to basically every effect.
The Arthropod can see it when we cast it because it'll be on the stack, but we can't grab a sorcery from the top of the deck. It's like an adventure. Homesickness is the big knockout. Umbra's Favor. Oh, go directly to hell. Pick your poison, sideboard card of choice for a lot of formats.
Actually, Betrayal is board interaction.
You know, we have a couple other like creatures down here. Mindful Biomancer has that like tiny life gain plus the.
What is your creature count right now? It's not high.
11.
Yeah, you're not playing some of those, I think, but
it's like 10 of those, maybe. We'll end up with like 15. It's fine.
Yeah, all right, fair. Divergent Equation.
Oh.
It's also Fractal Mascot, so you can just have one of these guys.
Yeah.
It's actually quite a lot of stun counters.
Yeah, that's another piece we have a lot of in here. I'll take one of these. I do actually think that one of these is fine. Yes!
Nice.
Yes!
Oh, thank God. Okay, so pick 4. The other player is who is playing Simic must be that's 4. If that's 5.
They must have had something else they wanted in here as well. Like, so I want to find a couple more X-Spells. We have 2 Terrafractals and Procrastinate. I want like 2 more for these. I'd like to have a couple other
Wisdom of Ages. That's funny.
Pick them all up. I know we passed up on the double X blue picking up. Frankly, it's an early creature to play. It is a 1/4. That's also like very real.
Yeah, it is quite good on that front, if and of itself.
A Badger Pest.
Hi, John Leguizamo.
Okay.
Okay, I think, funnily enough, after that first pack, the people who were doing it have
they moved.
They kind of thought like, we need to move. There's too many people fighting over this. So you're being rewarded as the person who's stuck in.
Check out this
giant growth.
Check out this art on giant growth.
Yeah.
Plillable.
Ain't nothing wrong with giant growth too. Like that's still just giant growth.
Last Gasp still here too. Goddamn. Again, the black white is like the clear open spot. I'll take this as a 2. I want something that works with ramp. Mindful
Biomancer's like okay. Did you pick the first page?
No, I don't have any.
All right. Well, I mean, page is only good in multiple, right? Like,
I think I'm okay with 1. Like, it's a ramp piece in a deck with a bunch of X spells, right? Like, and we get a Biomancer here anyway.
Damn,
yeah.
But
the lore hold,
the X spells are gone.
All right. Oh, well. Okay. Yeah, white was the very open color, as we saw with Armageddon tabling, and, you know. Okay.
From start to finish, white was the open color. People were not picking it.
So, let's add in stuff down here that we want to be casting. Barrage, the Newt, the Maneuver, Royal Treatment, and then Arthropod, Surveyors, Quandrix, 3
Listen,
fragments.
I know you didn't get many X spells, and that sucks for Quandrix, but actually you picked the Quandrix and you know, themselves, the dragon, which means you're building specifically for that to avoid having the X Cascade problem.
When I cast Embrace the Paradox off of you know, not off the Cascade, but because Cascade's on cast, Quandrix wouldn't be in play, but like, you know, Quandrix, Cascade, and a Paradox Surveyor, pick up the Terrafractal next turn. Like, Terrafractal won't be cascaded into, or like procrastinate that we can fix onto whatever we want.
Oh yeah, people are going to make that mistake all the time in paper, probably with Quandrix of, okay, this has Cascade, great, that means that all of the spells in my deck have Cascade. Well, I'm going to Cascade into something. What do you mean that doesn't Cascade?
Oh, right.
Cascade's a cast trigger. It's not on the field yet. Sorry.
Yeah, her and God, we had the article on all 5 of the dragons. I know Prismari, I'd have to actually pull up the whole list. Worth doing. But all right, I'm gonna be right back before we start up. I'll be right back.
Purcell, good to know. Oh yeah, it's also specifically spells from hand. Good point. Didn't think about that part too. So actually, there's multiple ways to read these and not think about it. Oh come on. She's still giving spells Cascade just for free. I think that's still pretty cool.
All right. All set. Let's see if we can't go big. pull up that. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you have
So we get to
things to do early.
sleight of hand. Sure.
Something to do late now.
Yep. Okay. Let's get a Biomancer down. Biomancer can threaten the offense next turn regardless because of the pump on 3. Whew! Morph!
Oh, Grim Harvest.
Could be anything under that morph.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
I haven't thought about Grim Haruspex in a minute. That's a card I remember.
I'm not trading with Haruspex. I think Haruspex needs to die. Or else, like, our opponent's going to be drawing 1 million cards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no shot.
Okay, well. Get out of here. I don't like the curve this puts us on, but, like, if that card lives, every removal spell our opponent plays, cycles, like, we're in hell. Damn, okay. Ward 2. This will trade best with that. Alright. Next turn we can play the Arthropod and we'll be able to leave up Run Behind. It costs 1 less on an attacker. Obviously we can't hit the Demonstrator, but... we also get to leave up the Biomancer pump. Silver Quill and Prismari are the dragons that are dudes, and the rest are ladies. Okay. 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 No tricks. So next turn I get to play Terrafractal for an Arthropod trigger. I've got Run Behind on this flyer, which is the idea.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna block your poet.
They got 6.
Ooh. Whenever you... so this can sack a creature to steal instants and sorceries from our grave.
Ooh.
Alright, well... Well?
Well?
Well? And this game's 2
I mean, if nothing else, more than anything, Quandrix is a 6/6 flying trampler.
Yeah, that's a 6/6 flying trampler. Are they gonna, like, steal...
yes.
They could sack a creature to steal our, Run Behind? Or they could steal our barrage. That's actually what they'll do. Okay.
Yeah, and then use it to kill something here. Which is good, because that means that they don't spend it on Quandrix.
Yeah, it does 1/1 counter their team. That gets moving. I will just go ahead and cast the
Dang.
X equals 0 for the arthropod. Maybe I should have left that out in exile? Maybe. Because now they can cast it on us. Yeah. Though they have to sack a creature for it.
Yeah, they would have to sacrifice the Stone Glider, the thing that they were planning on attacking with.
Yeah. I think
it is another creature, right?
Yes, well, because you have to keep the Nita around.
Yes, it has to be on the. She has to be on the round too.
Yeah. Okay. Activate only as a sorcery. Okay. Well. Now they're more likely to sack it.
Mm-hmm. Although at this point, if they do that, like, they're quite far behind.
Yeah. We still have the moves. Okay. Cost of Brilliance. Okay.
Okay. They have one blocker.
Yeah. And guess what the 1/1 does?
Mm-hmm.
That's right, a point of damage. The trample kills them too, but this is 6 total. Yeah. Okay. All right. That scared the heck out of me. The ability. This is one of those cards that's very much like kind of a one-off design that still fits within the idea of these like the political maneuverings, but there's not like.
Yeah.
This isn't like, oh, we're building towards it, aka the EDH plant. But like terrifying in that, like, what if I just steal all your removal? Like,
hey, for what it's worth, if any of those do target something, then it counts. You know, cards from your opponent's grave that still is technically on plan in Silver Quill.
Yeah, that like those are likely to keep going.
Most spells target, so
weird. Okay. Deck played as expected. We have a lot of these early plays that both like kind of gum up the board, but also like set us up for the later turns. Either the ramp pieces or the paradoxes grabbing cards off the top, or our fractal crabs. Fractal crabs being like, hey, you cast your X spell, go grab a new thing. I like them. I like them a lot. I'm thinking about that commander deck you had out of Sultai, was it?
Oh, the one that made the XX Hydras?
Yes.
Yeah, that was Sultai. I played it with the. I mean, it was a Hydra that created Hydras based off of other stuff. It's been a while since I played
it was like it was all X-Spell stuff though, was it? The pieces I
Yeah.
remember of it. All right, so Graphalon here is ooh, what are you? Terrifying.
On a body.
All right, let's get the nuke going. And so if you gained 2 or more...
Importantly, though, Graphalon's got reach, I believe.
Yes,
so.
that card...
Yeah, this set only has... Well, I think there's a couple of scry cards maybe in the bonus sheet, but there is
there might
Surveil
be
only printed on cards specifically. Generally speaking, they like to stick with, when they choose either Scry or Surveil to be in a set, they choose one of the two.
Okay, just kill our ramp. Oh, that gains them enough life. Now they got the Sign in Blood. Okay.
They did a good job of making prepared very obvious when it's on.
Yeah, it just is a spell hanging out there. This is terrifying. And there's the second point of life.
Opponent's deck's really, really well set.
Yeah, this is again showing off the setup that we get with the way that Witherbloom plays out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Like they're able to Sign in Blood themselves, and if they have another life gain, they need to get through the reach before they can attack. But they don't need to attack to gain the life. They could gain it in other ways. Obviously,
and Johnny's Pride Mate could very easily just be a green-black creature.
All right, there isn't a Johnny's Pride Mate in these colors.
Mm-hmm.
Combat.
Yep. All right, so there's something that's going to happen here. You do have Royal Treatment, though, which is really nice for this.
Yeah. Is this just Giant Growth? Am I playing into just the card named Giant Growth? I think I'm just playing into the card named Giant Growth. Oh! 2/1/1 counters.
Well?
You know what? I think this card can get the hell out of here. It'll sort of turn off the Sign in Blood.
Yeah. God, they've gotten... They've played Sign in Blood twice off of that, like, trivially. That's so cool, actually.
Yep.
I really like that card.
Very cool. And they could probably just play it and gain off of it again. Like, they have a billion cards in hand. Okay.
Like a lot of people, I was very excited for this set because it, from previews alone, this set looked super cool.
Yes.
And, yeah. Already kind of seeing interesting play patterns occur 2 games in.
Yep, there's the Silver Tongue again.
Mm-hmm. There's that motherfucker.
Terrifying. Okay. We'll go fetch.
Trigger's only got Ward 1, right?
Yeah, Ward 1.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. We want to find one of our X spells pretty badly so that the arthropod can keep us going.
Yeah, Procrastinate would actually be pretty nice.
Yeah, like finding like the Paradox 3/3 into a fractal, which would be like a 3/2 flyer or 4/3 flyer or something like that. Then draw a card, that'd be really nice.
Okay.
+1/+1, draw a card, gain 1 life. Sorcery.
Does everything you want it to.
Yep.
At sorcery speed, though. That's stats add. Wild thing is too, if they gain one more point of life in a different way, they still get the
They still get the sign on blood,
right?
yes. Because it doesn't need this to be the one that gain the life, just if you gain life.
Yep. And you don't have to tap anything.
Oh, and, well...
Just, there it is.
God damn. Alright,
God, Witherbloom seems like absolutely value city.
Terrifying.
Okay.
Wow.
That's really good for us.
Okay. So we can trade
They're
with,
doing
like...
Xaxis block.
So we could use the royal treatment and then trade with these two?
Yeah.
The flyer is also real, but, like, this thing is...
The striker is pumping their entire board and giving it all trample.
Okay.
We currently... I mean, they gain 1 life per turn. They can deal 4.
Yeah,
we have a 6/6 trampler and a 4/2 trampler. I think you do currently win on board for damage racing, and you gain 2 every turn.
Uh-oh.
But oh well, that explains.
Pick up 2 creatures, gain 2 life, and now the sign in blood is real again, but you're probably not casting it right now because you need board presence.
Yeah, that explains things.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh, no, they are greedy now. Let's go.
Okay. Nodding. Okay.
Your opponent is a powerful wizard. Damn.
All right, give me the Terrafractal off the top. No, that ain't Terrafractal. Okay. We're in dire need of the fractal.
Mm-hmm. We would trade for the flyer every day of the week here for this.
Yeah. All right.
You got 2 Terrafractals in your deck.
3.
Right? 3. Okay.
Yeah. Heavy on them.
And you could make it into a, I mean...
6/5?
It's green...
7/6?
Yeah, 6/5.
Oh my god. Uh-oh.
Emeritus. Okay.
So, they've got Regrowth and Sign in Blood. Regrowth, pick up the kill spell. And then the kill spell.
Kill your 6/6. Yep.
Uh-huh. By the way, the Emeritus resets the Regrowth if it attacks, and they have 8 lands.
Yep.
Alright.
Alright. Nice. One of the best things you could have done on that.
And Arthropod 2, the sequel to Arthropod. Alright. Hello. Try to buy ourselves back into a game, shall we?
They can just kill Quandrix again, unfortunately.
They have to attack with the Emeritus to get the Regrowth, and Regrowth is a sorcery. So they can't just free...
Oh, true, yeah.
Like, we block on the Emeritus.
What's your opponent's, like,
15,
number
15,
of cards left in the deck? 15?
Yeah, I was
just...
just...
a little bit more than you. That's kind of impressive.
Yeah, we're keeping pace with that. So, Paradox Surveyor, top 5, hopefully finds us just a Terrafractal, and then Terrafractal off the Arthropod gets us way more, just continuous action. If Quandrix is still in play, we'd rather have the tap down and, like, try to flip into something off that. Though Quandrix has to get into combat this turn. Quandrix, by the way, a 6/6 flyer? Oh my god. Interesting. Okay. Okay.
Your opponent does have a massive grip of cards.
Yeah, but they're tapped out.
Terrafractal. There it is.
Okay. How big of a Terrafractal do we want?
The thing about it is, like, even if you put only 3 into that, you were digging 6 cards deep, I think.
And drawing 2.
Right?
Yeah.
And drawing 2. Or what do you want off of the cards that are, like, left in your deck? The stun counter stuff?
Yeah. Another Pterofractal.
That's a good answer, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I want you.
That prevents them from ever getting the regrowth again, basically.
Okay.
Knockout maneuver is great here. That's also removable.
And then I'll grab a land to make the land drop here.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, all right.
It took the entire game for these fractal crabs to start to do shit, but man, they are already pissed.
Yeah, they have been innocuously sitting here waiting. Anyway, stun 6.
Yeah, that is quite literally like this card doesn't exist anymore in this game.
Yeah. So they can rampant growth. I don't
1/4s and 4/3.
I feel so good about. Okay, cost of brilliance. They're at 1. Kill spell on my Pterofractal.
Yeah, because they're just gonna swing in.
Okay, pick up.
Life back.
Pick up all their Shade Riders. They had the...
Dang.
Wow!
Wow! You absolutely snatched that was a... Quandrix is a powerful card. I'm just gonna say that here.
I'm also gonna, like, our opponent, they had the loop. This is the loops.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you call a wizard who dies with a handful of cards? That's a dead wizard over there. But yeah, no, like, this card, they, Sign in Blood 4 times?
Yeah.
And like they have they have all these recursion pieces. Every one of their cards has life gain hanging on it. They needed to convert more board presence, I think, is the missing, like the most powerful card they had. By the way, rules wise, these cards exist in exile.
Interesting.
That's like that's where a prepared card lives, rules-wise.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't actually exist per se, but that's where the card lives.
Yeah.
It's like I said earlier, it's technically like if a spell token existed. That it's basically what you're doing. Yeah. You're casting a spell token.
Yeah, I think this is the card they most needed, because this lets them to convert all that life gain into board pressure.
Yes.
Prepared is really neat. And I appreciate that, like, the way they use prepared in the set is, like, they have the layer 1, like, this card is prepared, and then we have, like, things that prepare when you do a thing, and then you have more, like, complex pieces across the entire set for it. Okay. I'm completely fine if I just procrastinate for 2. Maybe not. I don't need to, but like...
If you gotta.
I'm gonna get you.
Alright, so we've seen Silver Quill, we've seen Witherbloom, and now we're seeing Prismari over here.
Nice draw.
And we are currently playing Simic. Quandrix.
Quandrix. So, ooh, all right. They are using the small side on Visionary Dance, which is a discard to top 2, 1 engrave, 1 to hand. Fractalize. Fractalize, fractalize, fractalize. Return your lizards to their natural size before class ends. We don't want another incident. The incident.
It's also worth noting that the prepared spells also aren't cards. That's another thing that actually does matter as well.
What do I want to do
not
about
in this
you?
set, but procrastinating that's not very useful.
Yeah, it still exists. It's like, do I want to...
From behinding it does make it like not, you know, they have to choose. They're almost certainly to choose bottom, I think, if you do it, because I doubt that they really care all that much. That explains how little they care.
Yeah, okay. Like, I know that loses our draw too, but, like, we have the procrastinate, and I wanted to know how much they cared about it. Okay, full 3 colors. Goodbye.
That's much more painful.
Yeah, now they actually ought to consider that. Top, okay.
Top.
And...
Nice, and there's our draw
That's-
anyway.
Draw plus ramp.
Phenomenal draw here.
Yeah. We need to end step that after they play back their Skywell. Flow State. Flow State is a very powerful card out of here. It has a sort of expressive iteration, or the wisdom bit, where it's multiple cards out of your top 3. If you have an instant and a sorcery, it grabs 2 rather than 1. All right.
Oh god,
Do they have a counter?
I had a very intrusive thought about Embrace the Paradox, the card.
No!
Dang.
Goodbye.
Embrace the Paradox has very similar vibes of a phrase to me as Immanentize the Eschaton. Xenogears.
Okay. This, by the way, can turn into a 2/4. It is a permanent activation. Black? Oh, wow.
Archaic's Agony. Is your opponent actually a Converge deck?
Okay. Now they get Stress Dream and Burst Lightning until the end of next turn. I guess I'm not playing a creature if I draw it next turn.
Yeah, what you're doing. Hey,
Hey,
that's really funny.
are we getting Burst Lightning to the head?
I think you're getting Burst Lightning to the head, because, like, why would they not pass up? At the very least, the first one, the other one requires a creature to have any effects, but the other one...
Wow. No, we're Stress Dreaming for 0.
Wow, alright.
It is up to.
Fair enough.
Night and set, and then Burst Lightning defense. Sure.
Burst Lightning for 2. Fair.
Yeah. Alright.
Damn. You did actually have like a decent creature count at the end. This is just unlucky.
Yeah, we'll find them. There's still half the deck to get into. Black again? Oh no, Mind Rot.
I don't know how many creatures your opponent has though.
Yeah, but we're gonna put one in hell. I guess the answer is I should have procrastinated the Sky Whale rather than bounced it. That's the card I'm looking for, my friend.
Get you a fractal.
Thank you.
Now we're talking. That's exactly what we want.
All right. Go to hell. Go to hell.
Goodbye.
Go directly to hell. Do not pass go. Do not collect $100.
This is the this is the 100,000 hours something alpha promotion of
no.
Removal. Wow.
Leave hell directly. Fine. Do not go directly to hell. It's fine. Punching your will.
You can play Page, I guess?
Yeah, we're gonna play Page. It is true, Daze is a card in this set. You gotta be careful about Daze existing with all your X spells in the world. They still have so many cards in hand.
Yeah.
I'm terrified. Hey, thanks for the raid, now. Howdy. We're playing, we got big Quandrix going on here, whereas our opponent is the spellcaster. Huge spells forever. I'll take it too, thanks. Alright, Barrage is an instant. It only gets a... I don't need to...
Dang.
The Snarl song, okay.
2 4/4s. All right.
Okay. Well.
I guess that just deals with it. Huh.
No. Alright, and then up for... Oh no, I could have done 6. I forgot about Page. That's fine. I should have gone one more. I just have this O2 sitting here. I'm like, yeah, here's this O2 that doesn't do anything. It's just in our deck for no reason. Yeah. The Daze Respecter has logged on. Okay, they were killing that regardless. That's a cool one. Hydro Channeler.
Oh, that's just an activated ability, right? Does it have to be when they also attack?
When what?
The Biomancer.
Oh, this is the, like, pump.
Oh, yeah. It has Root Walla for anything, huh? Interesting.
Yeah, like filters. Alright. So, we now have lethal damage in play. Light?
Well, I mean,
bring the light.
Have converge
they're bringing the lighting. Yeah, they're bringing the lighting. Or they're doing the big converge thing. Hell! Alright, they're back. 2 5/5s. That makes a treasure token. That's very cute. They've got a huge amount of synergies with the Converge stuff in here. Two cards left in... Well... We only have 14 cards left in our deck, so drawing this many of our lands is a normal thing. Like, this is not too out there. We also put 4 non-lands on the bottom of our deck, which is actually a thing.
Yeah.
When we played this... No!
Damn. Your opponent is...
Uh-oh! Hello! We're here to get crushed by fractals. I don't have an answer to that many fractals, friend.
They have worn you out.
Oh, yeah, Oh, we're dead.
Oh, and then they just also will go ahead and grab it again and just get 2 more 5/5s.
They're gonna grab the X-Spell, which can go to the dome! And is an instant.
Oh, yeah, you're dead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Love the opponent here. They have a lot of, like, really nifty pieces to make this deck happen. Like, the Channeler is not something I was aware of. This little... this works for, like, spells normally, but it also filters off. The Great Hall is a creature land, but it also is any color for spells. And the Glass Right Goblet here makes treasure tokens. You know, they've got a lot of pieces that pay out for this. So... That's really cool. They even got around us making their bird fall asleep for 10,000 years. They just picked it up. Cody. Alright, let's see what sort of opponents we can locate. What are we missing? Have we played against Lorehold? Is that the missing piece?
Yeah. Lorehold's the one you're missing.
Okay. Nice.
Technically, that was
nice.
also explicitly a 5-color.
That's true. We did
Prismari,
not. But that it was a.
It was still centered Prismari.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I'll say is also kind of cool. That was a 5-color deck centered in blue-red.
Yeah.
That's not very common either.
Its splash was the big green cards.
Yeah.
This looks nice. Like the Newt. Okay, maybe we get the Prismari on this end. One blue? You have an action. Oh. This should be a crab.
They plan on milling you to death.
This should be a crab. This should be a crab. That should be a crab. I'm sorry. That 0/2 that mills 3 crab.
That's Hedron Crab all the way.
Yeah. Anyway, so on spellcast, mill 3. On big spellcast, well, you know. Alright, we're gonna go Paradox Surveyor. Humroad would be just fine. Paradox Surveyor. Whoa! Oh, God, okay.
Essence Scatter. When this is on the... Ooh,
okay,
nasty.
okay. I'm getting in. Fall for it. Okay, you didn't fall for it. This is terrifying. This is so terrifying. Uh-oh. And we got the Biblioplex. I think they're just going to try and mill us out. It's a good plan with just this card. So. Like, yeah. the thing that makes this work is that it kind of works on its own. Alright. Pass to you.
Yeah, they don't, and if it's instant sorceries, they probably don't need to play cards on their turn.
Yep. So I'm gonna pass. We're gonna embrace.
Sorceries maybe, but yeah.
They're going divination end step. That's their plan. There's an instant speed divination. It's been a few years. We've moved past divination as like the card in a few different ways. Sometimes it's a hello. Surveil, then draw 2. Fire. Wow, that's nice. I'm gonna go ahead and do this now then. All right. Stop it.
That was 3 very good things that we could have. Dang.
All right. So
that's mill, baby.
That's mill. Luckily, we can barrage this off the table if, like, we damn need to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Death Touch on the Newt. We got 6, 7, 8 lands out of 20. That's about half. You know, there's 9 left, 8 drawn. So we are on normal, and they kept both on top on that Surveil.
Scary.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
You get the royal treatment as backup, basically, if they try to get rid of the Newt.
Off the table, please. Then I'm gonna go in Newt, play Bane, leave up royal treatment. I think I need to get a little bit of usage out of that to... Okay. Then we're going to Paradox Surveyor.
They bottomed. Nah, that's good.
Okay. They bottomed. I guess they with this board, they don't have time. They can't play a 1/4 no text.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it has text, obviously, but, like, it doesn't stop this.
Yeah.
Tap land? Okay.
Fractal is a flyer. You could put it down as extra insurance.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm worried about, like...
If you can get the Pterodactyl over 4 toughness.
This leaves up royal treatment, which can do that.
Fair enough, yeah. This makes it more enticing for them to do it, and then you can blow them out with royal treatment.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah.
They tap out to 4 damage to everything, and then we stuff them. If they don't have it, they're dead regardless. We have too much attackers here, but this way, if they go, this kind of entices, like, tries to pull it out.
Exactly.
Okay.
Green, blue specifically. They have a converge spell in here?
Maybe this is floating off of a draw? Because they also have the Hall, which pays life. They're at 5.
Seething Song, or not Seething Song, Snarling Song, or whatever it's called, would make sense as a thing to play here. That's 2 4/4s.
Yeah.
That's good on the board.
That we would sidestep with the fractal.
Yeah, exactly. That's the issue. It might be like thinking, like, do I just play that for smaller, or...
I think we've pressured them too much. They had like 4 cards in hand and passed on like 4 mana a couple times. That's kind of the big thing I've seen out of them. They're a little too hefty on top end, or like, you know, they have. I'm sure
also just have a grip of lands.
I think they've missed a land drop. No, they played this. This is 7. No, they haven't missed a land drop. Okay. No, I think they're
thinking.
This is consideration. Like,
yeah,
they're trying to. It's like, how do I pilot? Okay, they've gone through all the lines. There's nothing wrong with that choice.
Yeah, that was them thinking of like, okay, if I do this, like, what's going to happen from this point on? They've gone through all their lines. Like, I don't know, is there anything for me to do? Oh, okay.
Yep. No, that's just normal Magic. I'm having a lot of fun with this deck.
Yeah, this is going well.
Yeah, they didn't quite have the control mage. This one obviously has a failure state. Hey, dude. That bear casts Rampant Growth. That bear's so happy. I love this bear. We sort of cast
Rampant Growth. This bear
Growth.
is kind of like not a bear person. This is just a bear who is a student. That bear is just a wizard.
I should have gone in. 3 color. 4 oh my god! Greed is real and it's everywhere. Yep, Rampant Growth. This is the lesson on the board. That's Rampant Growth. Go grab your mountain. Call it good. I gotta rerun my first year again. No red. Okay.
Oh, they just didn't grab because they have their 1 hero mountain in their hand right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyway, we get to fix the blue, which is great. But now they are they making 2 4/4s on turn 4? Damn. Okay.
And then they're gonna play
a forest. And then
use. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The card Tatiova, Benthic Druid, has entered the field.
Draw a card. I'll go ahead and take care of this here. No ward. Okay. I'm not letting that stick. Jump block. All right, we out of here. Black is a real color. I guess bind the... Oh boy, that's a lot of mana. Yeah, we're going. Alright. Oh my god, that's all... everything. Alright. So I'm obviously holding up the royal treatment because I feel like the only way we're winning this is by, like, our opponent tapping out for a giant removal spell that we, you know, blank in some way. They have 7 cards in hand. The Teacher's Pest. This is a cool skeleton. The Skeleton Pest. Has the pest text of attack and gain a life. Oh no, do we have a second? Ah! No! Okay. Mana leak. Okay. Three cards in our opponent's hand. I want to save the Procrastinate in case we draw... Well, because I don't want to hit the pest. That's not worth it, I don't think. Moseo is a very cool... I'll have to pull up after this. I'll pull up a couple cards that talk about our good buddy. Million lands. Stop it. Okay. Opponent's at 19. Okay. Oh, because this gains that much life. Yeah. Hold on. Okay. Two cards left in hand. They do have the campuses, or the off-campuses, which let them surveil. And they have 1 million mana right now. They have 11 mana in play? Well, 11? Oh my god. I mean, I suppose they play... Oh no! Uh-oh! Okay. That one's big. Goddamn, so much ramp over here, too. Alright. Taking 10. Surveyor, help me out. Well... What are they for a trick? Oh no! Bam! Huge, gigantic skeleton. Yeah, alright. The Mind Roots. This is also a cool ramp spell. Help! Oh! Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Okay. Well. The Archaics are not related to the Eldrazi in any way, no. The Archaics are very powerful wizards who, on the moment of their death, get sent directly into the past as these ancient wild beings. So they have, like, future knowledge. Which is why they're extremely cryptic wizards who live out in the woods, you know? Alright. I can chump block a Terrafractal.
With a Terrafractal.
Yeah. It's not great. They could, but they won't. Okay. That's
Right, that does it.
That's fair. Just I believe the idea is they travel backwards to the snarl that created the Elder Dragons on their death, because they are given power by the Elder Dragons as oracles, and that's what causes them to flip backwards. I love seeing immense greed out of our opponents working like this. Like, yeah, whatever, my deck has like 4 rampant growths, like, I can just do this. Feeling great, Ty. We have a pile of X spells in our deck, and we've been playing against a lot of different things. We've had a couple opponents who are super heavy in on the greed time. We're playing a more standard, like, kind of ramp style bit with a lot of these Terrafractals as our payoff.
Arthropod?
Yeah, I think I'm fine with Arthropod. I know it's not land 3. I realize that we don't have land 3. I know it's great.
But can you imagine the value?
Yeah. Okay. I can. And I will.
I'm imagining the value right now.
If only there were a way we could have had land 3. Unluckily, there is not. But luckily... Edict me? Come on!
Sorry.
I've been completely and utterly destroyed.
I just want to point out the fact that they played this edict on you, and then you drew the card Banishing Betrayal.
Alright, let's go Surveyor, find our... Betrayal. Yeah, there they are. Good.
Took the lead. Lost the lead. Betrayal.
Betrayal. Okay. Graduation Day. That one's pretty cool. That is, just whenever you cast a targeting spell, +1/+1 counter. The world's most obvious combat. Okay. Alright. Let's move. 6. Another honor-bound page, but this time they can cast the jump on it. Ooh, that one's terrifying. Well...
You were offered, again, a selection that included crab and lands. Although in this case, we could not choose crab.
Getting rid of this because it draws. Okay. Snooping it! Usual, I see. Alright.
Well, that has to die now.
I think I'm killing the snooping page.
Fair.
Attacking them for 12. I mean, I guess we can...
Yeah, this does mean you have two...
Yeah, opponent's at 4.
I guess we just make it 2-1 flyer.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Like, you're the one at 4. I have 3 creatures with 4 power.
Changelings are not lands. Changelings have every creature type.
Yep.
They do not have every type.
So they do have a... The reason I played the Terrafractal is that I do see a line where they could kill us. And I want to have
This does mean that
I want to have a blocker ready in case they do draw it. Ooh, erode! That is
yeah, actually.
path
It's
to
good
exile.
for us, given that...
Yeah, the way they could kill us is if they double strike. They're not dead. Well.
All changelings, however, are both children and gamers, because those are in fact core creature types at the moment.
Gaming. I am chump blocking this. Because if they hit, they get to pick up the... Yeah, they figured it out.
Yeah.
So they get to pick up Killian's confidence, and Killian's confidence would cycle and get them to draw maybe another kill spell.
Well, we went down. We chose a greedy choice that did punish us, but you still won anyway. So
we did get there. Our opponent luckily was light on the threats early. I think you can only give Killian's back the turn you cast it. Is that? I'd have to look at the card. I thought it was any time a creature... I thought that was a different line of text that just said, when you deal combat damage, pick it up. Like, it's unattached to the first effect. Like, I can't read the card right now, so you could be right, but... Pretty sure it's any time. Howdy. Alright. Biomancer, Barrage is going to be keeping us alive. Paradox moves us forward. We need to just hold the fort for a little while.
We still haven't seen Lorehold.
No.
We've seen everything else.
Well.
Could be. Or we're just going to encountering another green.
But this is a non-green right now. All right.
Yeah.
Everybody loves to greed. We've seen more greed. Yeah, okay.
That's it. We have all 5 colors already.
Damn, what a start for you. All right. Well, I mean, Killian's is just when a creature deals damage. Sweet. All right, got the Arthropod. Next turn, I can Biomancer plus Barrage if we need to. I'll probably play Terrafractal as a 3. This card's sweet. It's an instant gnome. Like, this card's wild as an instant. Are you kidding me? Every time we've cast it, it's felt nuts. Every time our opponents cast it, it's been overwhelming.
You cascaded into it once.
Yeah. that was like the game turned around when we cascaded into Paradox.
Yeah.
Okay. Lorehold real?
Lorehold real.
Lorehold real. Did you miss your land drop? Or do you just have a tapped land and you're considering tapped land versus untapped land? That's more likely. Yeah, tapped land versus untapped land. You were considering. Okay. I understand. Anyway. Terrafractal. Ooh.
You only have one more Terrafractal in the deck. That land does mean that you have a thing to put on the field when you embrace the Paradox.
I'm gonna go this route. Specifically because we don't have enough green for me to have played that and played like Biomancer in the same turn. That's a little awkward. Lorehold feels really like strong to behold. I think this card looks wild. Flashback on a Tormenting Voice is really good. And like Incidental Life Gain has a lot of power all sorts of places in this set. Because like Flashback on a Tormenting Voice means you're not going -1 on the flashback. I'm really interested in the fact that that's in our opponent's deck. That means that white and red are real colors, right? Oh, that's the duel.
Yeah, actually might be that this is...
Yeah.
Maybe centered white-red. Huh.
Okay, we're still flashing back. Okay. I think I'm just going Paradox on end of turn.
Yeah.
Draw us a lot of things, ramp us. Okay. Obviously, we've blue in here. We're playing the Matter Bending Mage. We have every color twice over here, right? Like, look at this. Look at this mana base. Oh my god. We can,
Yeah,
we can do anything. Literally, they have double color every color right over here. Red, red, blue, blue, green, green, black, black, white, white. Yeah, double each. Terrifying. I think we're gonna be fighting them on card quality a lot. Okay, Stream of Life. Weirdly enough, I wanted this card.
Yeah.
Alright, Paradox and stuff. You have a Quandrix Charm for me? That has a mana leak on it.
Days.
Just
days.
Just days. Okay, that's a good. Alright. I think I'm just going in for 3. Page might have broken Pauper Cycle Storm. Oh, because you can, like, find your spell as you need. Okay, we're gonna go Page, and we're gonna go Shopkeeper's Bane, and that's gonna be our turn here.
I do find it extremely funny that Page is a solution to the common legendaries problem by virtue of grabbing a mechanic from Future Sight, if I remember right. That's what Grandeur was, right?
Yes, on a cycle of legends. This is not the first use of Grandeur. We had a cool card in Modern Horizons 3 that cast Fire Blast on its Grandeur. It was cool as hell. Okay.
Do you care about getting
No,
that again?
I think that just goes bottom.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather not. I'd rather, like, have the Arthropod and be able to play another Terrafractal for, like, 7. Oh, you can turn pick up. Ooh, this card's so cool. This card's incredible. So it's a mana rock that, like, mills, and then you can play the card for the turn, and it also is a double mana rock. So, like, they can play just a Braid. Oh, damn, okay.
A Braid?
Yeah. Well,
Off of it properly for free. Yeah.
Yeah, not for free. They gotta pay, but that gets the Terrafractal off the table.
Well, I'm saying it's double
Free.
red, basically. It's free.
Oh yeah, they just tap this for you, right?
Yeah.
No fights on it. All right, we're just playing like a Terrafractal for 6 or 7 next turn.
And then going and grabbing Quandrix or something.
Yeah.
You're digging so deep into your deck.
Yeah.
With the Arthropod.
All right. Terrafractal for 7. Hello? Daze me? I don't believe you're playing Daze on a deck with... Hello.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Did you see how many lands
Yeah.
I just dug through?
Thanks.
Gross. That was 5 lands.
Sweet, that was 5 lands.
It was gross that they were
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Sweet,
Sweet
that you
that-
got rid of them.
Yeah, I'm happy. Oof. Blocks. It's like, okay. As long as the damned is wild. All right, what do we got now? So they have to answer another Terrafractal, and these, if they put them on top, I'm redrawing them. Like, they're way too good for that. Quandrix.
I mean, yeah, you like being able to dig 7 cards in your deck and grab something.
Yeah, they can stream a life for like 10. This is double for instant sorceries. They can just go ham. I don't know. Like, what do you want?
They're tapping their colors carefully here.
Yeah, they have to. They have a deck that has these, like, really asking
Yeah.
for... Like, maybe they have, like, a 5-color... Like, do they have a kill spell that can hit this? I don't know. This thing's really big. So, oh my god, because it's... No!
Yep.
Mana value 2. Goodbye.
Counts mana value. Yep.
Goodbye.
Well, We're just gonna play another very powerful. Oh, even royal treatment as backup for it too.
Yeah. And the cascade is? Yeah, thanks.
Nice. And Terrafractal. Actually, decent chances. Yeah, because you're going so deep into your deck already.
Yeah. All right. I'm just going to leave up royal treatment. That means I can play the landscape painter. But I want to, like, out there another removal spell if that happens.
Hmm.
And then we cascade into Living Death and... I do love to get 3 spells when I cast a spell. I also like it when that spell's a 6/6 flyer.
True.
Okay. This thing's just a 3/3? 3/3 that can put cards back on the bottom of library. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Sure. So we can't win a long, like you.
This archaic has the fairy text.
Target card, not itself.
Yeah, I know. I'm good.
I guess that'll trigger like the Lorehold.
Yeah, they left the graveyard, so it counts.
All right. Okay. First things first, I'm just going to combat. I don't really think that, like, I want to... I don't know. I cast this and draw, but, like, you obviously have something. The proof.
Struggle versus Tron with Weather the Storm. Well, I actually was
Oh my
literally
God.
a few days ago playing the Pauper Golgari Tron deck with Weather the Storm and went up to what did I get up to, like,
you get up to like
67
60
life?
some life. I was playing Affinity, Grixis Affinity. And like I just had to like specifically Nihil Spellbomb your mirrors. And, like, my board was just too much for... You had 1 million life, but you could never turn that into anything.
The particular deck list that I was playing of that has no alternative if all of the mirrors are gone. Actually, do you mind if that gets
that's
put back
fine.
in your deck?
That's fine. It's the hand.
Oh, it's the hand. Oh.
Yeah, you got it, boss.
Yeah, sure. Let's just play Quandrix again.
Allowed. You get to go grab a basic, which is nice, obviously, for you, but...
Do they have a counter spell in their hand now? Like...
Crab 2.
Goodness, that Terrafractal could let you dig through your literal entire deck now.
Yeah. Okay. So right now we have a Terrafractal dead and this Terrafractal in exile. I think the way they could try to win is like just try to like pinpoint out our problem cards. You have to start attacking with these surveyors, I suppose, too? I don't know. Yeah, they know about the fractal. This one's visible. They don't know about royal treatment.
You ever cascade into Terrafractal, that is full-on Tobal Field deep.
Yeah.
You at least gain 2 life, I guess. So it's slightly better. It still enters. It just immediately dies.
So they need to hit a... They're sitting here thinking really deep about their mana, because again, 5 colors, makes sense. They gotta, like, make sure that they tap everything the way that they want. Wow.
They specifically left up blue, red, black, and green.
They're gonna pick up the bounce spell to bounce Quandrix again.
I love that, though.
Or they're gonna pick up the Lorecaster? Are they gonna start looping us? This is a card you can start looping at us with. That's terrifying. Yeah, they're just going for the long term, try to deck us? Terrifying. Okay. Okay. Sleight of hand, it has Cascade. Alright. I'm still not going to do anything about this. Quandrix to top. Second main. I'll grab Quandrix. I want to decline that, actually. I want that card still around. Alright. We're gonna fight over this stupid dragon for the next 12 turns. Nothing, like... I'll take 4. I'm not putting Quandrix in a fight, and I'm not letting you recur that body. I'm at 25. Try again. Shuffle your library. All right.
Well, they get to know what every card in your deck is now.
Yeah, we get to 2. Banishing Betrayal, Run Behind, Fractal Mascot, the big... Okay. God, do we have, like, recursion for that? No, we're just... Okay. Alright. We're finally doing it. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna make a giant flyer. Anyway. Gonna grab a fractal mascot, and we're gonna grab forest. Okay. Another land. So I'm guessing they have a kill spell, but I'm hoping they don't have two. Ooh. Oh. That's terrifying. Okay, they don't have anything real to pick up though. All right. We just don't kill their board.
Destroying your opponent's creatures is a purely negative effect for you. Therefore,
yeah. We can pick up some lands, but yeah, I'll take the hit. What was that? Restoration Seminar. It is the epic spell that revives a non-land permanent every turn. Take the procrastinate. Take the forest. We already played land for turn. End step? Do they have a... No, all right. All right, so they get Restoration Seminar again. But they only have lands to pick. Or they only have lands as permanents, and it's non-land permanent, so... Like, they have nothing for it to grab. It's kind of interesting that's non-land. Anyway.
I actually don't believe that white has been printed with a permanent. Just any. I think.
The card I think of when I see this card, by the way, is the Sky Ruin. The Emiria. Anyway,
Emiria, the Sky Ruin, yeah.
So they have flying blockers, but I also understand how their deck happened.
Okay, I am wrong. There have been a couple that just are like...
Brought back. Brought back is the one you pick up fetches with.
Yeah.
that one's the silly one. This was a... I can see what's going on here. Like, Zealous Lorecaster, pick it up with Restoration Seminar, pick this back up to pick up, like, any of your giant spells. Like, what a cool... Like, the greed piles are so cool. Hello? Hold on. I didn't read you when I first came in here. 5 tap, make a 0/0 fractal, +1 counter on it for a number of differently named lands you control.
So that's what they were doing.
Yeah,
they
that's
just didn't get there.
Yeah, that's that's how we got to here. Yeah, that's what you're talking about. Okay. I thought you were talking about the restoration plus the zealous loop. All right. We continue. 127,450 skulls. You know, no, that is helpful information for me to know if I ever want to make like a skull outlet.
I have 112,194 skulls.
Because I should make a skull outlet at some point. 200k, 300k skulls, dang. I wonder who's the skull leader. Yo, hello? Hand? Oh, I'm here. Check this out. 440k, okay. Yo, let's start ramping. It's here! Oh my god.
All right, we have played against every color combo. Nice.
That's exactly what I wanted off this. I want the ramp because I want to be able to Quandrix on 5. It's actually really good that we're drawing all the X-Spells. Hell yes. Hell yes. Rubble Rouser's one of the best cards in this. They've been doing a lot of different variations on Death Touch Manadork. This is the rare land. Okay. Ah, that's a fair thing to discard. That's pretty, middle of the road. You know what? Sure. Let's put this thing in hell so that we're not getting beat down. Like, this isn't ramping them and triggering all their lore hold cards and doing everything, you know? We could also get the Graphalon, and, you know, maybe we get some cool... Ooh! Hey! The camel. Spirit camel. Alright, hello everybody. It's time. The proof! Barrage. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna take the barrage and hit the camel. Reasoning there is so that I can get in for combat. I'm here for killing. Yeah, Nick Themeron knows who we are today. The debate moderator. Ooh!
Another person who's unprocrastinated stuff.
Yeah, look, there are a lot of, like, TAs and resources that will help you out at your school, you know? Like, this is actually really cool. This is a sort of well, it's a one-shot on the soul. It gets the pump that 3/3, the soul binder? Soul... Herder. Is that the blue-white one?
That's the blue-white one that was in Modern Horizons.
It's like a
Soul Herder.
Okay. Well, this is the move.
This is what our deck does for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I didn't talk about the characters from the previous Strixhaven that are like cast from there. They all have cards as the commanders of the precons, and they show off the character, and they each had a story as well, which I thought was really cool. Because it shows off, like, hey, this is where those characters are now, and it's, like, a very different, like, they've moved on, like, they've moved forward in life. We've got, like, Rutha, who's still coming to terms with, like, the Phyrexian invasion, Zimone, who's, like, torn between, like, so many things she wants to be doing in life, and is kind of burnt out, so she makes a clone of herself, and then another clone of herself. Or Quint, who runs into some extraplanar relic thieves, involving some Fomori relics. Some fun stuff. Whoa! 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 Hello? Sports. Stop? Oh. Okay. Pump the team again. Hell. So this thing now double strike flying. Did they not give it lifelink? No, there's lifelink. Okay.
It has lifelink.
They just didn't the first time I looked at it. Okay.
That is actually it.
Wow.
Hell of a build-a-board workshop. That right there. Ooh.
Counters, huh? Okay. Okay. So we're blocking the Owlin Historian. That'll stop us from, like, dying. We also, they won't double gain life off that. Let's do this and this, I think. I'd love to be able to kill them back in combat, but I don't think we can when they're at 15 after the life gain. Okay. Wow. Damn, that turned the game. They're out of cards in hand, at least, but now they're, like, here. Okay. I didn't pop my Terramorphic. I was too busy thinking. That's fine. I think we need to, like, continue... Am I just playing defense? They're going to pick up the Drome. They can block. I think I just want run behind active. So we're going to play Landscape Painter and pass. Yeah, okay. Oof,
Well.
Alright. Well. That means I should cast this. Because we want the Cascade, obviously. Yeah, I'll take that.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I'll take that. I could have cast it on Quan, but I fear our opponent's board if I don't do something about the flyer with counters. I know that we have Terrafractals, but, like... We have enough flyers to back this up. I don't feel too bad about it. Especially with the Arthropod still in play.
Yeah, we shouldn't get blinded about wanting to keep our bomb on the board.
Yeah. We just can play the long game with Terrafractals. They have one card left in hand. They're going to use the Rouser. That'll hit us for damage.
Goddamn. Okay. Their one card left in hand was their own bomb dragon.
Okay, all right, okay. Well, that was their one card in hand. All right. I think I need you off the table. They also have
fractals win it in a fight, at least.
They have the other thing that's terrifying. They have the camel.
Yeah.
The camel.
Put things.
Because this is each opponent's upkeep discard to draw.
Yeah.
So they can ditch the camel and draw. All right. Well. Oh, thank you. I had not. I looked at the groups for these or the pronouns on them, but hadn't kept them in mind. Thank you for that. But yeah, like I think that we can. The big problem we have against Lorehold is that the camel lets her continuously miracle at us for free.
Yeah,
and that's terrifying. Oh, God. Okay. And that's enough for them to cycle it and get the miracle, maybe. But Terrafractal wins in the fight right now, and we get another Terrafractal next turn. Wait. They've invented Undead Gladiator? Yeah. Okay. Well. Prismari and Silver Quill. Okay. Donka. Appreciate that. I know I read through there's the Legends article is pretty neat with a lot of details for the set. Okay, I think we are fine with this. And then I am playing a second one. I think we have a line to kill them. So what we can do is we can bounce Lorehold on their upkeep before the discard draw, and then we can attack for exactly 15 in the air. Okay.
Stone docent.
We want to go in response to the trigger so they don't get the miracle. One card left. All right, so in response to this, so that they can't miracle the card, we're going to Banishing Betrayal. They can discard Lorehold to her own effect, I suppose? It's legal to
read the fact that they're...
It's legal to do it. All right, combat. $15? Thanks for the 1-1.
15? That spell has, every time it's been played against you, backfired every time.
So
leaving you with a 1/1 flyer is actually weirdly really a huge downside.
These cards play a lot worse than they read. Like even for limited, the like obviously being able to answer like a huge threat is great. You get it off the table, it's gone. Giving, especially on this, a flyer is more of a problem than anything can be. Yeah, Afterlife and all of its things are like, oh yeah, like it's removal, but like you're not. Raven form isn't as free as it seemed. I'm stunned we didn't die to this.
They really almost got you. Yeah.
I think they needed to. They might have needed to like move around and like more double strike so they didn't lose as much of their board. Are you ready for maximum magic? Shoot straight, conserve ammo, geek the mage first, and never ever misgender a dragon. That's how you're getting. Ooh! I love seeing Paradox Surveyor. Yeah. This card has reach. This is not like a mana dork that I'd want or a crab, but like the card still does work. MTG Might 09. Might 09.
This is someone who is busy homebrewing up their own Mighty Number 9
okay, alright.
Cards.
Yeah, everyone's favorite. Okay. This is the most generic, buddy. Surveil 2 is big, but... I also don't know all the first names on the dragon. Someone said Velamachus, which is a hell of a name. Alright, our own 3/3, but rather than the surveils, we get draws off this.
Land 5 is kind of an important land, but you have a few turns to get there.
Yeah, we also have the newt to, like, jump up.
Yeah.
I kind of like letting them know about a procrastinate. Alright. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery that targets. Yep. It begins. Cowardice. You know, they have one card left in hand. I'm guessing a land and a removal spell.
Yeah, they have really accelerated their handout.
Yeah, they mulled to 6, so a little bit of a loss from that, but... Snooping as... Okay. You know what? Hell to you. Have fun. Last card in hand. Oh, well. That didn't target my stuff. That did... Okay. Yeah?
Do you care to keep it? You do have 5 already. Doesn't mean you can't play the Fractal Mascot, but you can't play the Fractal Mascot next turn anyway if you
Surveil.
adds it to your hand.
I think I'm gonna take the hit, and then I'm gonna bounce the Poet at end step.
Not mid-combat?
No, because they could recast it. I wanna give it 2 full turns of off the board. I don't want to give them the Surveil right now, because the Surveil, like, right now I feel like that's the way they leave the game. Whereas this, like, is just a pretty junk body that might take up their whole turn if they drew, like, a 4. Okay. That page is going to come out in 2 more turns here. Okay. Well.
That's incidental life gain, which is extremely important here.
Yep.
It's another 6/5 flyer, which is extremely important here.
Death touch. No, because they have... If I sent with the mascot, a kill spell is actually lethal damage. Like, flat. I couldn't... Like, they could get us with that.
Yeah, attacking with Bolt doesn't change the next turn if you attack with Bolt that kills them.
No, because Melancholy Poet will trigger on any targeting, so that'll be the 7th point, and then this will be the 8th point, and the targeting will be the 9th point. The targeting is on any creature from any spell. So you gotta be, like, they have more reach than it looks like. However, here, they're gonna be on 12 with 12 power flying in the air, so...
Yeah.
We just have to be... Wow, that... The Pingus here,
was stunned for exactly long enough.
Yep. And then here's all yep, here's all our zoop, zoop, zoop. There's the drain. We're on 8. Everything's fine from here. We have enough blockers, and we have 12 in the air. Yeah. Of course. What if I forget to block, right?
Yep.
They could kill us.
This Frog Warlock is a shade.
Embrace the paradox. Yeah. We gotta show you. Yeah, like, it does make them want to trade, but the problem is that, like, if they realize their only line is draw a kill spell and kill us, they would play to it, because that's how I'd play it. We have too many big dudes. You're trying to sneak the win.
Well, 7-2.
And 7-2. Maximum magic
and a success.
Always love to see it. Yo!
Nice.
Pay 5 life. Good stuff. First impressions on the format. I am really excited by the way that a lot of these different decks play out. I like that we've ran into some Greed Lords. That's always fun. I wasn't certain if the Converge stuff was going to be like real enough to play, but clearly it's at least like something you can look into.
And then you lost to 2 of them.
Yeah, that's 2 of my losses, is that we're a deck that doesn't, like, our value doesn't beat that value.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really interested to see what Lorehold, like, the Lorehold deck we ran into, I thought was cool as hell. All of a sudden they came, like, they had a lot of these, like, synergies that came out of nowhere to almost push us down. I'm glad that we saw every deck, every school in that. Like, was a sweet time. Let's go ahead and Stormwood stack like that, yes. Yeah, the set is sick. I'm enjoying the heck out of it. It's very jam-packed, as we talked about when we were talking about the mechanics itself. Like, we're every school has its own mechanic instead of just like Magecraft and a vibe. There's a couple extra mechanics on top of that with Converge and Prepared. Prepared is sweet. I like Prepared a lot. I think it's a really cool way to do like a style of card like Adventure or Exhaust ability or things like that, where like you get to leave something on the table for like, and I also think it has a lot of value in getting to call back to powerful spells. Seeing red 2 : gain 5 exhaust is like powerful, but seeing Seething Song, I think it has a little more to it, you know?
Yeah.
Because you know what it does like that. I also have to say, every set these days has its own like secondary budget for cool art stuff, alt art treatments and different frames and the piss yellow cards from Ether Drift. I don't know what that choice was, but that's what they chose. In this set, they chose like the just coolest thing we've seen and done it again a second time with the way that the Mystical Archives have incredible pieces of art and multiple incredible pieces of art. I think it's really cool. We also get to see more, you know, here's more little bits of Bloomburrow, here's more little bits of Innistrad, I believe, for bulk up here. Here's 5 Minotaurs, holy shit.
5 fucking Minotaurs.
Holy shit. Do they still have the
L'Oreal, Empress of Beasts. Holy shit.
Yes, they also have 2 arts for each of these on the Japanese ones. The arts all are like, hey, like, here's the same art description, and here's the wild stuff that comes out of it. That's cute. This spell can't be copied. Don't do it. They put a lot of effort into having cool bits for Japanese promos and Japanese pieces because Magic actually
like
has
the second or third largest player base for what it's worth as well.
Yeah, Magic has to compete a lot more over there. Magic in the United States, it is just the big 3 with Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, whereas the Japanese market, there are a lot more games with a lot more players, even though Magic is still a very large bit. We saw the arcade. This thing's wildly strong too. Like, even if you're just playing this for like green, it's a counter on all your creatures. If you're playing it for like 3 and it's a 3/3, you know, like you know, if you're just like
the 3/3 trample reach that also again puts
gives
counters on all your follow up creatures.
yeah, because like just
giving
baseline
up to a 4/4 pretty easily.
Yeah, because baseline as a two as a 1/1 for 2, it hands you like +1/+1 on this, but you're probably getting +2/+2 or +3/+3 because it's checking the converge on that spell. So like, yeah, you could cast this for 4 black, but you're probably casting it for black, white, white, or something like that.
You know what? This is something that I've never asked before, and I guess is relevant. Are you allowed to pay for Tubrid with a color that it is like, you know, split on?
Yes.
Can you pay into 2 with the single green anyway?
Yes. Or you can pay green for green. You choose the mode, then you pay it. Hello?
Choose up to 4. You may choose the same mode more than once.
the end of the game. The
4
end of the game.
things.
Crunch.
This is an ultimatum.
Yeah. Someone threw a train at it, that art. This one's pretty cool. This one ends up as the, like, was it Clarion? No, not Clarion Ultimate. No, it is Clarion Ultimate. The draw 5, gain 5, deal 5. If you're on full power.
Mm-hmm.
The Jeskai Ultimatum. This is one of my favorite cards in the set. Restoration Owl. It says non-pilot instead of non-angel, so you can't blink itself to just keep going forever. But you get to split it, like you can end step the 3 and then keep the 1 up. Blinking a creature with a prepared spell like this will let you redo it. You just get to... I think this thing has a lot of heat to it. We got to see this, Galazeth. She's got the spectacles. That's cute. Got to see this in practice. It is, strong. Oh. Oh, apologies. I need to pull it up and make sure I get them all. You said Witherbloom and... No, not Witherbloom. Witherbloom...
It's Silverquill and Prismari are the dudes. The other ones are all ladies.
Okay. I think I internalized it backwards. Which is... That's my bad. Aziza. Okay. 3 is really expensive. But that's really powerful. Like, handing off, Conspire, sort of. 3 instead of 2, but...
Ad nauseum.
It's hard to beat original Ad Nauseam art. This is pretty sick.
Original Ad Nauseam art is, I believe people on average agree is one of the most horrifying arts in Magic, so...
Hey, how you doing? Daze is real and will get you at some point. The big thing that makes Daze real is that X spells are all over the place, right?
Yeah.
And here, by the way, it's, we mentioned in a Johnny's Pridemate. The Pest Ape is... This feels like it's got a lot going for it with the power of all the tiny life gain bits that you have all over in that.
And Pox.
It rounds down.
This can kill a player, technically.
No, round down.
Oh, right. Yes. Sorry.
This is much worse because it rounds down. Though, like, if it rounds up, it's also just a pain in the damn ass in a lot of ways, but it's so much, large pox instead of pox and smallpox. All right. Yeah, you just can't edict one. What is this one I've got here? Oh. All right.
When did that happen?
Not in this. Turtles? It must have happened in Turtles and I missed it.
Must have been Turtles.
Because Turtles, that seems really easy to do, right?
Yeah. I was thinking, like, did they force you to replay Quandrix that many times?
Yeah. If it was Spiders, I feel like I would have seen it over the course of the last while. But, paper. Anyway, that's going to be it for tonight. We'll be getting into more of this on Monday. So I'm excited to try out some of the different deck styles. And I am glad to see that there's more than just the 5, in the sense that we've seen, like, again, the greed piles and different splashes available for more than just 5 decks in this. So, all right. Anyway, thank you all for joining. Thank you, Doc, for being in here.
Yeah.
If you want to catch more, you can always follow, see when you're live. 7 Central is the main time. Again, we'll be doing more of this on Monday. You can subscribe to get the cool skulls and slimes. Monday, we got more of this. Tuesday will be more trails. And Dragon Quest Builders has been going on, started on Wednesdays. So yeah. Thank you all for joining. Have a good night, everybody.